Let the beat drop. Keep it so hot, hot. Thank you, Red Velvet, for that piece of wisdom. What's up, everyone? It is Nate from Truly Daebak here with another episode of the DaebakCast, and also, I guess, the LOONACast. This is episode 135 of the DaebakCast, and it is episode roughly 5 of the LOONACast. I have no idea. It could be 5, it could be 3, it could be 7. But
probably not though.
I don't. We did a couple reactions and album reviews, so I would say roughly 5. Andrew will put it in the title and figure all that out. So whatever. If you don't know what the DaebakCast is or the LOONACast, it is a weekly podcast. Well, DaebakCast is where we talk about K-pop and Korean entertainment related things. Usually K-pop, but we got a little political last week, and there's random offshoots where we'll talk about shows and movies and other things, but mostly music. And LOONACast is just obviously talking about LOONA within K-pop. So part of this week's episode is talking about KCON, which Baron and Sam, as you can see, have joined me, went to. I did not. None of the actual Truly Daebak hosts did, so we brought them on to talk about it. And one of their days was pretty much just LOONA, so we separated that for you LOONA fans. And if you don't care about LOONA, then you could skip it easily. So I'll go through my usual rigmarole. We have subscribe to us on YouTube if you like the podcast, like the video, click the bell, follow us on Twitter, review us on iTunes. I think you can follow on Spotify. I don't really know how Spotify works in terms of podcasts. And of course, join our Discord, which is Mucho Lit. That is where both Sam and Baron came from. They are our mods, just out of random chance. So if you want to eventually be on the DaebakCast, join our Discord, and maybe it'll happen one day.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if you guys want to intro yourselves at all. You guys didn't have things last time, so nope.
Hi, I'm Baron.
I'm Sam.
She has a cat.
My cat, Shy Guy.
You can see his
He's
tail.
right here. Yeah. He's eating my headphones. It's fine.
Yeah. So yeah, if you hear weird rustling and stuff, it's probably Sam's cat that's screwing with her headphones. Okay, so yeah, like I said, this week we're split up into topics. So it's a little weird. We're gonna have 5 topics. The first topic is gonna be LOONACast, which will be kind of like topic 0. It's gonna go out like pretty much right away after we record this, whenever Andrew's done editing. So you'll be hearing that very quickly. And then throughout the week, like usual, it'll be topics 1 through 4, which will be KCON Saturday, KCON Sunday, and then we'll be reviewing Red Velvet and the BOYZ. KCON LA, obviously, if you didn't understand that beforehand. So yeah, I guess let's get started right away with LOONACast episode 5-ish. So you guys are gonna be talking most of the time. I'm just gonna provide commentary because I didn't get to go to KCON LA.
So sad.
But you guys basically all of Friday just did LOONA related things. So how did that go? How did everything start? I know Baron was working for some of Friday, so Sam had to solo some stuff.
Yeah, well, so Friday was just an interesting day in general. So we both planned on like flying and getting to LA around the same time. That didn't happen
Well, yeah,
I
you
ended
got
up
delayed
getting.
for a million years.
I was delayed over 5 hours. I was supposed to leave at 8. I left at 1:30. So
At night.
yeah, it was awful. So I didn't get in until probably like 4 a.m. LA or something like that, or we didn't get like settled in until like 4:30. Okay. And yeah, he never slept. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I slept
a
like
few hours.
I slept like an hour on the plane, and then I was working on the plane, and then when I got into LA, I had to work from I got on like at midnight or 12:30, and I worked for like 3 hours, and then I slept for like half an hour, and then Sam got in.
Yes. So Friday was a day. So we didn't do much, but I saw, because I was on the KCON Discord just to kind of like check to see if like anything was happening. And LOONA was doing an appearance at like the Star Live Square talk, the Square something. They're gonna be somewhere.
Yeah.
And some people, if you like got the stand pack, if you're like the first 15 people that got that or something, you actually got to meet and greet Loona. Like you got to do a
really?
fan sign kind of thing where they signed your album and everything, which was so cool. But
Yeah.
we obviously didn't get that. But anyway, so we saw they're going to be there at like 3:30, and we hadn't done anything all day except just kind of sleep, but not really. We ended up making our way over there. Checking in took forever because we couldn't find it. It was like the worst layout I've ever seen at a convention.
So it was way worse than New York, which was easy to find. It just had a giant
New
line.
York, yeah, New York, you know where it is because there's
right
signs
there in front of you, and there weren't even any signs pointing you.
Like
there were
you
no signs.
Yeah, you walked in like the main entrance in New York, and there was the huge sign that was like check-in, and you went down the escalator, and then it was right there.
Yep.
In LA, like we walked in, and there's no signage anywhere. Like I asked somebody where it was, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's like up these stairs, like down a hallway, and down these other stairs. You gotta like go outside or something."
Okay.
Like she said it so casually, like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's just like this.
It's like super easy, but it was like 40 instructions.
Yeah, and so we're like doing that the whole time. We're just like, I don't think we're doing this right. So we keep asking people, and they're like, oh yeah, you have to go out this door. It's in the other building. And we're like, what? And like we go out, there's still no signs. We're just kind of trying to follow some people, and then finally, when you it's like a warehouse looking thing, and then there's this little sign that's like check in right here.
It was like an annex to the convention center. Like wasn't even
so
in
it
the
wasn't
convention center
part
itself.
of the actual. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely throw you off.
But we did it, and we did it in time. We did it in time.
Barely in time. We were like looking at our clocks, like, oh, it's gonna be close.
Sorry, Shy Guys. Okay. So we got there, and it was like already a huge crowd, obviously. Sorry, just a second. Shy Guy
He's just freaking out.
He's
like-
overstimulated.
It was completely mobbed when we got there. Like you couldn't get north and like.
Yeah, we weren't going to see anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we like went off to the side. Also, I feel like we should we haven't eaten or slept. And we're like passing out like as we it was kind of miserable.
At this point, I've slept for like 2 hours. Sam slept for like maybe a little bit more, and I've worked for like 10 hours straight at this point. I haven't eaten anything in like 24 hours. So like we almost like passed out just walking over there in the sun.
Yeah. And so now we're standing. Now we're standing in this crowd of people, and we're just like kind of done. We're just over it. But so we went off.
Okay. Well, go watch the YouTube video if you're an audio listener, because Shy Guy just murdered Sam's laptop and almost knocked it off whatever it's sitting on.
No, what he just did is
out.
he had the headphones in his mouth and he jumped like he was gonna run away with them. Oh my god. Anyway, so we stood off to the side just to kind of get like a shot like down the line or something.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, like
this
security
is just for this Loona appearance thing.
Yeah, one.
Not for because you guys eventually went to like the rookie night.
Yeah, we did
club
a few
thing or whatever. But
this is like that. The stage, it's like a wall made of like stars behind it. And like people go and like
so like the red carpet type thing.
Yeah, it's like at that, and like there's a big crowd around it, and we're like off to the side, like parallel with the wall.
Okay.
Yeah. And so then all of a sudden security like comes through, and they like start pushing people back and like setting up the barricade, and we're just like, wait
a minute.
Whoa.
Are they coming?
The barricade's like right in front of we were maybe like 2 people back or something. Like we were right there. Like the luck we had was pretty insane.
Yeah.
And like we're standing there, we're waiting because we know they're gonna come like right there. And then sure enough, they came, and they were right there. Like that was the closest I think we were to them all weekend. Or
they said like 10 feet away, within 10 feet, I think.
Yeah, and oh my god, they are beautiful in person. Like they're beautiful, but like in person, it's like unreal. Like it was really cool. It was really cool. And then after they walked out, we left because we weren't going to stay for the event.
So you don't really like. Do you know what they were doing there? Like, was
it
it
was
just like hanging out for pictures?
A Q&A meet and greet. Get to watch people get their Loona albums signed by Loona. Like,
so it was the fan sign for Loona.
Yeah,
we saw the people who won like the fan sign line up in front of us, and Tucker was there. I was like,
Oh,
how does
really?
this guy win everything?
Yeah.
Because it's all rigged. It's Mnet. What do you
Yeah.
expect? They're like, oh, this guy's a mod for our K-pop. We'll give him like the free pass. Like
Yeah.
he'll give us a good. He'll let all the Mnet propaganda through on our K-pop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we didn't stick around because we were hungry and tired,
Understandable.
and yeah, we were just like, we'll see them again. It's fine. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty much our Friday like convention. We didn't do anything else at the convention. But then Rookies was that night.
So this is
And
because just to explain, because it's different than KCON New York. Rookies is like a smaller separate concert, and those artists did LOONA perform at main KCON? Does that
Yeah.
Okay, because
yeah,
so
all
last
the
year
groups did.
last year it was different because Dreamcatcher was there as a rookie, but they didn't perform in the actual concert.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did.
Or they had, or maybe maybe they only had like one or two songs.
They usually have like
it was
a
like
special
less songs
guest
or something. Okay.
Because Oh My Girl did this a few years ago too, where they were like
Did
the
they?
special
Okay.
guest group, but they still performed at the concert, like, and did other things all the other groups did. Like, I don't know
Oh,
what
really?
the difference really
Okay.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason I thought Dreamcatcher kind of got like screwed last
They
year.
didn't like quite get the same, I guess, attention of the group, but they still did like You and I last year. They did a special stage, I think, with Promise last year or something. I think they did
I
like
do remember-
Havana.
Yeah, I remember.
or
Yeah,
something.
they did Havana. That's right. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so
Yeah.
continue.
So
Sorry.
so KCON Rookies was, there is 3 rookies that did. Yeah, they were still at the concert. So it was ATEEZ, LOONA. It was supposed to be
It's
One Us,
supposed to be
but
One
One
Us
Us
instead of ATEEZ, right? Or
No, instead of AB6.
Instead of
Yeah.
AB6.
Yeah,
Yes.
so like it was cool that they filled in last minute. I mean, they
Yeah.
obviously didn't have like stuff really prepared for like
Yeah,
the
you could
performance part.
definitely tell that they were like a last minute addition because like what they were doing was like not as polished as what LOONA.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like their performances were literally the same thing at the concert.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
So I assume LOONA and ATEEZ did like different things that were
Yeah, like the
like,
stuff
special
LOONA and
for
ATEEZ
this.
did, they didn't do at the concert. So
Yeah.
it was actual extra performances.
Mhm.
So yeah, how KCON Rookies was. So this was the first time KCON had ever done this, just period. And I mean, I think it actually did. I think it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It was better than Club KCON, I think,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
you're having the rookies the whole time. Like the whole
Yeah.
event is them. It's not like you're waiting for them the entire time. And so what they first did like introductions, which was like the worst part of it, because that every single member had
really?
like an introduction thing.
Yeah.
And so like with ATEEZ and AB6, like it wasn't as bad, but LOONA's 12 members.
Yeah, 12 members. Yeah.
And it was like, it wasn't just like a, like, hi, this is my name. It was like, they like did a fact about the member and like they would talk about it. It was like the whole first hour of this
Oh, just
event.
people
which-
introducing themselves.
What they kind of
Yeah.
did, I think, was like they asked beforehand, like each member to like give one word to describe themselves, and then like they put it like up on the screen behind them, and then they would talk about
and
it.
then they had to explain the word.
But it was like kind of a problem because the host's pacing wasn't very good. So like for the
Okay.
first 2 groups, LOONA was last, and they did the other 2 groups first.
Yeah.
So they spent like a lot of time on the first 2 groups, like really going into it. And then by the time they got to LOONA, they're like, "Oh shit, we're out of time. Like we got to like speed through
Yeah, we
this."
need-
Like they went through like
Yeah.
half the group in like 5 minutes, whereas they spent like previously like 4 or 5 minutes on each individual person.
Member. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then after that was games, I think.
Yeah.
And they didn't really do too many games. Like they made it sound like this event was going to be like all about them doing games.
Mhm.
It wasn't really the case. They did a pre-game, and it was Flip Cup, which was really funny.
Yeah.
And LOONA killed it. It was Olivia, I think. Olivia just
Yeah.
first try just flipped
nail
it, got it.
So, were they playing games against each other, like the groups against each other,
Yeah.
or just
Yeah.
the members of the groups?
No,
Yeah, it was
so what they
against the
did,
groups.
it was
Okay,
like all
that's cool.
3 groups were on stage at the same time.
That's
and then
nice.
this is
Yeah.
before they did
Get some
performances.
interaction.
Yeah, so they said like we're gonna play a game. The winner gets to like perform an extra stage or something.
No, they
and then-
performed last.
Yeah,
Oh,
It
Well,
was
okay,
like
for-
that makes
loser
the fir-
goes first, winner
Yeah.
goes last.
and then they did like 1 set of games and then like 1 set of performances, and then they did another game for the second stage of performances, and that
okay.
like the same thing again.
Yeah, so the first game was Flip Cup, and this was for like the cover performances. So LOONA
Mhm.
won. AB6 lost. ATEEZ was in the middle. So AB6
Yeah.
went first. They just did Hollywood since
I was gonna say, did they do a cover? Or they just did one
they,
of their songs.
they didn't have
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
prepared. So they just did their
Makes
song
sense.
Hollywood. So I'm glad that got out of the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, get that out of the way. I want first.
Then ATEEZ did the Sicko Mode cover that they did in New York, and they did another one. I don't know what the song's called, but it's by YG, not YG, but other YG. I don't remember what the
YG.
song.
Yeah.
Like not K-pop.
There's a non-K-pop YG.
Yeah, like
This shows my zero knowledge of anything not K-pop music related.
look up FDT. Great song.
Okay, I will do that.
Yeah. So yeah, they did kind of like two covers, and then LOONA did Fire. If you haven't seen
Which
that
we've all
clip
seen.
already,
Yeah, go watch. I assume anyone watching the
amazing.
LOONACast has seen it, but
Yeah.
yeah,
go watch
Amazing
their-
cover.
and they had like teased it beforehand, so like we knew it was coming, and then
Yeah.
they did it. So that was exciting.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, like the place went nuts. It was great. And then after that, they did the other game. This was like a relay game. So it was like, and they didn't do it all at once. It was one group would go at a time and they would time them.
Yeah.
So LOONA went first, which probably hurt them. They didn't win, spoiler alert. So pretty much what they did was like, first it was like a puzzle thing.
You like match some stuff on a table, but like
Yeah. And
for the
everyone
first-
struggled with this. It looked easy.
for the first two groups, like the camera work was kind of spotty too. So like it's a puzzle game. So you need to be
Mhm.
looking over the person's shoulder to be able to see what they're looking at because it's on a table. And they didn't do
Okay.
that. They just showed the person's face. So like we could see like the members moving stuff around on a table, but we couldn't see what they were doing because they didn't have the camera
Yeah.
facing the table.
Yeah,
so
that
they,
was not well planned.
they fixed that by the third group, but it's like they didn't anticipate this for the first two groups.
Yeah, you'd think
Yeah.
they would have thought of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it was Cherry who did that. The next one was you like stacked cups and put a piece of paper in between, and then you pulled the paper out and the cup's
Okay,
supposed
keep
to like
'em.
fall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Eve did that, and she didn't get it the first time, but she got it the second time. And after that was the chopstick thing, which was the biggest challenge of everyone. Okay, he's sitting on my headphones. I'll be over here. So Kim Lip did this. Yeah, so you have chapsticks and you have chopsticks, and you're supposed to like stack the chapsticks on top of each other using the chopsticks. Very
Oh,
difficult
that
game.
sounds horrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kim Lip, she
Not
did her
very
best.
good.
her facial expressions during that were phenomenal. She would just
Yeah.
get so pissed, but she would just stare at the camera every time it fell. But eventually they got it.
Well, eventually, like Eve got like annoyed that she kept failing at it, so Eve like pushed her out of the way and took over and did it herself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
it just one pair on top of one pair, like one thing of chopsticks, or
Yeah.
I think you had to do it
chapstick
twice.
on top of one? Okay.
Well, initially they wanted you to do it twice, but like nobody could do that.
Nobody
so they
could even
just
do it
settled for
once.
being able to do it once, but it had to like stay there for a few seconds.
I thought you had to
Yeah.
do it again. You had to do it one time and then do it a second time. I don't know what was happening, but yeah, the
Yeah,
game
I'm
was
sure it
too
was-
hard.
Yeah, it was definitely too hard. So like Luna spent like 4 minutes or 5 minutes doing this, and
Yeah.
it took quite a long time. And like the chopstick itself, Kim Lip must have failed at this for like 3 minutes.
It was, yeah. And then after that was a box of tissues. You had to pull all the tissues out. But since he did this, and she like had the trick of just ripping the box open. But of course, since they went first, everyone else just did that as well,
Yeah.
instead of actually pulling them all
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
So yeah,
pretty
Luna got crushed in this game. And yeah, ATEEZ did better. AB6 did great because Daewoo did the chapstick thing and he just nailed it.
Yeah,
He
got
got
it
it.
on the first
Do
try.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had like the steadiest hands like out of
Mhm.
everyone.
I don't know what member was doing it for ATEEZ, but like his hands were so shaky. It was like
Oh,
he had
Yeah,
no
I
chance
don't-
of being able
There's
to do
no
it.
way he was gonna do it.
Yeah.
I don't remember who it was, but yeah, I remember we were watching. We were just like, this poor boy, he can't do it.
Yeah.
I think
He's
someone else had
destined
to
to
like.
fail.
I think someone
Yeah.
else stepped in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was at all. But yeah. So then Luna ended up going first. They did colors and favorite. So those are like the extra songs that we got to see, which
Okay.
was really cool. Like
Awesome.
I'm glad they did different songs.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Favorite's
And-
really good live. I really like that song.
Oh yeah, that was so hype.
Yeah.
Colors, I would have preferred maybe like satellite or something. I don't know. Colors was my least favorite song on the album. I mean, I will take any performance I can get.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But
I expect
they don't have
cool.
a ton of music to pull from as like full group. So
yeah.
Okay. So is that pretty much it for that?
Yeah, and then you just talk about. I don't know. This is LOONACast. We'll just talk about.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Let's since this is the LOONACast, let's just get all the Loona related things in here. So what they performed on what Saturday or Sunday, whatever day they performed.
Yeah, but also I'll just finish with rookies as well. ATEEZ also performed Illusion and Pirate King. And then AB6 performed the 2 songs they performed at the concert. So that was Breathe, and they ended on like Shining Stars, I think is what it's called. Horrible song to end on because it was like a ballady thing. Like just end on with Breathe.
No, it's this KCON talk. You're not allowed to say anything bad about ending songs or any of that.
Just end with Breathe. Breathe is such a good song.
Breathe is really
end
good.
with that.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, okay. Anything else about KCON?
I was just sad that 1S wasn't there because I really wanted to see.
No, them. If I went to KCON LA, I would have been so mad the day I got there because literally the main 2 groups main 2 artists I would have gone for would be ONEUS and Chungha, and both of them didn't make it.
Speaking of Chungha, so like because I was working on Friday, I wasn't checking Discord or news or anything.
Yeah.
So like at like 2 PM, I checked my phone and I was like, "What? Chungha's not going to be there."
So dumb. It was so last minute. I don't know.
I don't even understand like what happened. This is another conversation.
Yeah,
I guess.
This is a separate conversation.
Like, I don't want to go on about all the members and
how
stuff that
all this happened.
Yeah.
But I really wish ONEUS would have been there. I would have been mad if when I showed up that they weren't there. But yeah, okay. So let's finish off LOONACast. We'll actually just skip and talk about what they performed at the actual concert. We'll just lump it all together. So they performed what, Saturday?
Yeah, well, so we went to the convention. It's more than just the concert, man.
Did you do stuff?
Convention?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, man. So,
this is why it's your topic. You guys gotta do that.
So they had 2 things scheduled at the convention. One, we didn't know at the time. It was a mystery thing. All it was LOONA's gonna be at Chips Ahoy. Get there early.
Yeah, I saw Chips Ahoy Twitter was tweeting about LOONA and stuff. I was like, oh, that's so weird. It's like when Pringles was obsessed with Silgy. But that was just like legit. This was KCON marketing.
Yeah. So we went to Chips. So they're gonna have 2 events. They're gonna be a KCON Beauty. That was a scheduled event that we knew about. Okay. And then Chips Ahoy. We ended up figuring out the time for Chips Ahoy, and it was like 30 minutes before the KCON Beauty. And since Promise was going to be a KCON Beauty on Sunday, we just went, okay, we'll do the Chips Ahoy thing because we'll do KCON Beauty for Promise to try to get a good spot for that. So yeah, we went to Chips Ahoy. We had a pretty good spot. We were only a few people back. They gave us free cookies, so that was cool.
I was gonna say, why didn't New York have free cookies? That's not fair.
And yeah, then we got to see LOONA again. They came out and it was like a Q&A thing. Some people won another like meet and greet thing where they got to like take pictures with LOONA. So I don't think there was really much
it wasn't
to
you
that.
guys.
No. Well, I think you had to like buy merch and like
of course.
There's a whole thing with the merch with like these like special like you can get signed albums at merch, but you had to be there. Like it'd be unannounced when it's gonna happen. They would just like put a sign up being like, "Hey, we have a signed ITZY album," and you had to like, so you had to be camping out of merch for any of this stuff. Like they had signed LOONA albums too, but you had to like know you had to be there. Yeah, I don't think
you had to be Tucker basically.
Yeah. A really cute part during the Q&A was I shared this on Discord too. That like one of the questions they asked was like, "What type of concept do you want to do for your next comeback?" And they asked Eve this, and Eve was like, since our last comeback was like more mature concept, we want to do like a really cutesy concept. And while Eve is talking, Olivia's just like shaking her head no, like fervently on the other side of the stage. It was really funny.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And since Olivia was by us, we had a lot of Olivia waves in our general direction. Yeah. So now it's exciting.
Nice.
Yeah. And then they went over to KCON Beauty. We like kind of went over there. I mean, we were far back. We couldn't hear them. We could kind of see them, but yeah.
Yeah. It's always hard with those in the middle of the convention. It's like
Yeah, although Gabe
giant
from our
crowds of people.
Discord caught them while they were walking from the one place to the other, and he had
Yeah,
a
he was
high
right
five
next
from
to them.
Dungeon.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
he didn't even know her name.
Yeah.
He was just like, "Who's this Luna member? I got a high five from her." It's like, you don't deserve that.
It's always the undeserving.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty much all the convention stuff. We didn't go to the red carpet event. Saw what they were dressed as though, and I'll just share this. So if you look at the red carpet outfits,
The pants.
they're all wearing like white dresses, except for Heejin's wearing a white like suit.
Yeah.
And one thing that's been like said is, so they also did this for the awards that happened recently, where they stood in the same order, where Heejin's in the middle with the whole like outfit, everyone else has dresses, and people are saying it's a hint for the next comeback. And it's supposed to be like angel wings or something. So like that's why she like didn't get the memo of like
stupid Luna conspiracy.
Yeah, because they're standing
stuff.
in the exact same order. Yeah, with Heejin in the middle, and it does look like angel wing kind of things.
I mean, I don't think it's a coincidence that like the one.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
that was it
I
for
think
the
all that's
convention?
left is the concert. Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to lead the concert talk, since I talked a lot.
No, go ahead.
Baron doesn't want to talk.
Sure.
He's on a podcast. He's on an audio podcast. He doesn't want to say anything.
Okay, so concert.
Or he just forgot everything that happened.
I mean, maybe.
See, I wrote out my detailed notes to try to remember this. Okay, so beginning of the concert, there were covers. I won't talk about the other cover. I guess we'll just talk about the Luna one.
Yeah.
So Luna came
stuff
out
here,
and did BTS's Not Today, which was so incredibly hype. The crowd was so into it. Vivi's English intro was so cute. They looked amazing. It was awesome. That was a blast.
Surprised they didn't do NCT.
Well, I think they wanted to show something different.
And also, like, it's worth noting that it wasn't like their fire cover. It's actually them singing the lyrics. It's not just like them dancing.
It wasn't just dancing to the normal audio.
Yeah.
And
go ahead.
I would say, and the cherry bomb comes later in the concert.
Oh, okay.
Kind of.
I didn't notice this at the concert, but when I listened or when I watched the performance yesterday, it seemed like it was a bit of a remix of the song too. Like the instrumental seems different.
Oh, is
it? The instrumental during the chorus seemed a little bit different.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
I didn't notice it at the concert at all. But.
I mean, they like split up the song differently, but yeah, I didn't notice anything like that. Yeah, so then later they came out for their actual stage. They did an intro to Butterfly, and we had Heejin right in front of us doing her thing. Yeah, so they were like all around the stage for the beginning.
Well, I guess we should explain how the stage was, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so the stage is a circle basically in the middle of a pit.
Yeah. We can talk about it more in the actual KCON topic.
It's not like New York where it's a normal stage and then an extended part.
Yeah. And it like has like parts of it that like jut out a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, Heejin was on that part of it, and that's where we were. We were standing right there, so she was right there. And so yeah, then they like joined together and did Butterfly. So they did Butterfly facing us, and we also got Not Today facing us. And then after Butterfly, they did like a talking kind of thing. They did like a random play dance, and that's when they did like they did Parts of Fire, Parts of Cherry Bomb, and Parts of Thanks by 17.
Okay.
So all the covers we've already seen them do. So they just like did little bits of that. I don't remember what else they did during the talking time.
I think it was mostly just that. I remember Chu doing something, but I can't remember what it was now.
I should have like rewatched it online.
Yeah.
I remember that part specifically. They probably did other stuff. But yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah.
They didn't do a ton. Then after that, they did Hi performing to the other side of the stage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they did that, and then that was it. That was their performance. I know a lot of people were really angry. A lot of orbits were angry that they didn't get more. But I don't know. This is what I expected from them.
I mean, that's like, based 3.5 songs if you count the random play dance, and then you got 2 songs.
And then they had rookies. So like
3 songs during the rookies. Like that's more than any artist gets in New York. So.
Yeah, I was quite happy with the amount of Luna I got.
Yeah, because I mean, like I don't know what other songs they really would have performed. Like
Yeah,
I think a
that
lot of
too.
people wanted like the medley, like the pre-debut like unit medley
Oh
thing
yeah, like get a
that they
little
did
bit
at
of
like
unit stuff.
Mama, but I wasn't expecting that. So I guess I wasn't, disappointed or anything
Yeah.
because I was just like, I don't think they'll do it. So, yeah, I guess
So-
that's really it. I can't
Any-
remember anything else.
Any
I was just-
thoughts, Baron? Yeah.
It was the amount of cheers that Chu
Oh,
would
yeah.
get specifically was like incredibly loud. Like besides like some of the boy group members, she was
Yeah.
like one of the most. It seemed like one of the most popular individual
People.
members of all the
Yeah.
people at KCON. Like the arena would go nuts whenever like she was on camera or she'd talk or anything. It was
Yeah.
pretty. Yeah, she was by far the most popular Luna member for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just say in general, like just talking about Luna with the convention. I mean, a lot of people are calling it LoonaCon, and it really felt like LoonaCon the first
Especially for like
days.
what we
First
did.
day,
It was just
yeah.
entirely Luna
Yeah.
based.
Because like, oh my gosh, the fans were there for them, and Luna looked so happy. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
Mhm.
think they quite understood the fan level of fandom here.
Yeah, their international
Or-
fan base.
Yeah,
Like, how popular.
their fan like service is incredible. Because a lot of groups when they go off stage is they don't really like kind of pay attention, which like I don't look down on it. It's like I don't understand that, but like Luna was like waving as they would like walk off stage. Like they were just constantly waving at people. They were so happy to be there. Like they're like high fiving people on their walks over.
They had like the
this
biggest
is-
smiles on their faces the whole time. Like
Yeah.
they just seemed
Yeah.
to really be enjoying themselves.
They seemed like they just had a really fun time and they really enjoyed it. And I hope this is like a good sign of them coming back more.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised
hopefully
if they have
a
a concert
tour.
eventually. Yeah.
yeah.
It definitely
But-
would make a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean, I
They
think
just-
they would do better than like Oh My Girl did.
Yeah. Poor oh my girl. One day.
Yeah.
Okay. So that it? Any last thoughts on Luna? Luna related things in terms of KCON?
I don't think so. That was pretty much it. Yeah.
Stan Luna.
Yeah.
Stan Luna. Throbbingly Stan Luna.
Ew. No.
I feel like one of these days we need to have like a short intro where we explain all of our stupid inside jokes for new people that don't understand them.
It's a ballad.
It's a yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we'll move to topic 2, which is really the beginning of DaebakCast episode 135. But I won't do my whole intro because it was kind of there in the audio version. And if you're coming into this and you think this is part 1, there was kind of like a prequel to this that was a LOONACast, which we put out recently. So if you're watching on YouTube in parts, go check that out if you want to know how Luna did at KCON. All the
Yeah, if you
Luna-related
specifically
things.
want to hear about Luna at KCON, go to
Yep.
that one because we're not
It's all
going to
there.
talk about them here.
Yep, we won't talk about them for this or
It's
the
like they
next
didn't
episode.
exist.
Don't say that because I know everyone will talk about this and nobody will ever see it, and it'll be KCON New York video part 2 because everyone hates that video too for other reasons that we'll get into. Is that this part or next part where we talk about
this
that
part.
group?
That's his part.
Okay, cool. So that we get some redemption. Hopefully.
Sure.
Maybe,
Stay
or we'll just
tuned. Find
double
out.
down on it. If you don't know what we're talking about, go look at the comments for KCON New York episode 2, part 2. I don't know.
I think
what-
The Saturday concert.
Part
whatever
one.
It was.
it was a part 1. It was part 1. Okay, yeah,
It was day
'cause-
one.
yeah, 17 was day 2.
Yeah.
Go look at the comments for KCON New York Saturday part 1 because those were fun. Okay, so now we'll get into topic 1, which is KCON LA 2019 part 1. So we're going to talk about Saturday. Like I said, if you want to hear about rookies, they did talk about ATs and AB6 a little bit during the LOONACast because they went to rookies. So what happened Saturday? You guys kind of already went over what you did at the convention. It was all Luna.
Yeah,
related.
convention was all Luna stuff. We can just talk about, since we did both New York and LA this year,
Yeah, you
can
can
kind of talk
compare.
about the difference
Yeah.
between the two. So LA, they've done it there for a while now. That I think they've got it kind of, down, except for the whole, checking in thing, which talked about that in the Luna cast one, so you can hear our rant about that, I guess. The actual convention layout is so much better So I think I really hated the New York one because it was like blasting music everywhere. It was so crowded. All the freebies, you had to stand in line for so long. Whereas like with this one,
everything was just crowded in general in New York. Like you had to like pass through lines to get to like just walking. Like it was a nightmare.
Yeah. Whereas like here, it was so spaced out.
There's
it never felt cramped.
Yeah.
Getting freebies was not difficult. Like we went to like the McDonald's thing, not sponsored, and they were giving like fries in a little McFlurry cup, and it was like the easiest thing because they were just passing it out, and you just like walk through, like you're never stopping. It was so nice. And I think there were other freebie stuff they did. I don't know. And like
it was like little tea things and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the tea. That was also so easy to get. Like everything was so nice. It was just it was so much better than the New York convention layout. And and you could just like see groups like everywhere. Like when I went to the McDonald's the second time, there was like n.flying was just like right there. I was like, oh, cool. Like, it was nice. That was pretty much the convention. Except we didn't do too much besides LOONA stuff that day. Concert. So we talked about briefly. The LA concert's a center stage and you're all around it, which sounds like it'd be worse because you're not getting a front performance the whole time.
Yeah.
But we learned this, especially day 2, that it's just so much better because you're so much closer. Like, oh my God. It's amazing how close you get. So we were on like the front part of it day 1. And so it was cool. We got more performances faced towards us. They try to split it up, like where they do like one song the other way, then the next one the other way. Then they did like half of it the one way, half flipped. And not all groups really did that well.
It ended up working out to like 2/3 one direction, 1/3 the other direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people ended up catching on that was what was happening. So as the concert's going, more and more people are going to our side.
Yeah.
And it got like really cramped and crowded, which like wasn't a fan of.
Yeah. And like the platinum group or whatever is only on the front side. They're not on the back side. So like our section only has half the available space on that side too. And it's more popular anyways. So it got like really crammed there by the end of the concert.
Yeah. But okay, so now for the actual concert. So the cover we didn't talk about in the last part was ITZY did a cover of Block B's Very Good. I believe that's what it's called. Yeah. Which that was a surprise. That was not a song.
They started out with that? Like that was
that was like the first song of the concert.
Opening song.
Nice.
And it was there's a song I just like never would have expected to have a cover of, and ITZY I think is a good fit for it.
I was gonna say ITZY definitely fits Block B style. Like they definitely have similar styles and stuff. So
it was
a good performance. Yeah.
It's just also surprising because I feel like normally the covers we get in the USA are like not really like, okay, what's a good way of saying it? We usually get, like BTS, Blackpink.
Yeah, we get like, the really, really popular groups.
We're not getting the covers. More like not as popular K-pop songs.
Yep.
So I think that's what made this one, because that's what I like. I would love to get, like a Kara cover, like, like Japan gets, which maybe makes sense that they're getting Kara covers. Or like, even just like
someone did
a Girls' Generation cover.
Promise doing Ung. That's why didn't that happen?
Like we don't get those kinds of covers, so it was really cool to have that. And then we talked about LOONA did Not Today, so that's like the typical cover we get here, which it was hype, not upset at all about it. And then the concert. Oh, I guess talk about like the pre-show.
I was gonna say, was there anything in the pre-show that was interesting?
World Class performed, so they're doing.
I completely forgot about that.
Is that those are the people that they showed at KCON New York? Those those people.
That were standing behind me at New York, and I was like, who are these people?
So they'd performed something.
It's for their show, too. So, like, we got to vote. That'll be on the show.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. They did, one group did, like, Bad Guy, the Billie Eilish song, and then another group, I think, did Sorry. It was a Justin Bieber song.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
And, I mean, they're trainees. It's obvious about that, but,
Yeah.
The blue team, team that did Sorry was better. No, it was really cool. I don't know them now, so like I don't know if I'll watch the show. I'm kind of burnt out on the
survival shows.
especially with all the, like snakiness of Mnet with the voting.
I know, yeah, where it's like they
found
found out that Mnet rigged the votes at Proteus. I'm like, you guys didn't think they were doing that already? Like, I've known that from season one.
Was weirder to me. I'm like, why'd they even okay?
Yeah.
So, but that happened. It was cool to see. Getting
that would definitely
like
be
it's
cool
probably
to
like
be
one of their first
participant.
like exposures, like getting a crowd like that. So probably the biggest crowd they've had.
Yeah, it's definitely the biggest crowd they have, and even during the show, it'll be the biggest. So usually for those like performance episodes, it's only like a couple thousand people.
Yeah, and they did a great job. That's not an easy performance to do, and I think they did a good job.
Also, I'll say, like, I tried voting on my phone with like the link they provided.
Oh yeah,
the website was overloaded and didn't even work.
Oh yeah, okay, makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. So now, the concert, AB6 opened, and they opened with Breathe, which I love Breathe, but gotta close with Breathe. Close with Breathe. Like,
but no, they're gonna close with Hollywood because it's their their hype song that everyone loves, right? Everyone loves Hollywood.
But it's so interesting because I don't really like the song Breathe. But whenever I've seen it live, I love it.
You love it?
Like,
okay. See, I really like that song.
It's so good live. It just like hits in a way that I just don't get from Spotify or on the music video.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Woojin was in the chair again. Although he popped out right in front of us. So that was really cool.
Oh yeah.
He just like was right there, like in the little jutted out part. And he was hype. So that was kind of cool. And then he went back to his chair after that.
Okay, so he was standing. He just kind of like
he walked around on stage too.
Okay, so he's getting better. Just not well enough to do choreo.
Dance.
Yeah. Then they did the Shining Stars song again that they did. It's the same 3 songs from Rookies.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Shining Stars isn't bad. It's a slower song. Like it's not a ballad. It's just a slower song, and it's good. It's pretty.
It hits surprisingly hard live.
Yeah.
Considering like the tempo of the song, but it's just it's fine.
Yeah, and then they ended with Hollywood, which I hate how many times I've heard this song now.
It's not good, but
I don't like it. Like I'm sorry, AB6 fans, I don't like that song.
It's
also
we've talked about it before on this podcast. I don't think any of us like it.
Like most songs, like even if I don't like them, I still like them when they're live. But to be honest, I just maybe it's because they're such a new group and they don't have like the stage presence or whatever. But I don't even like it live, and it seems like their singing is kind of weird. And I'm not.
How they do
it's just the song. The song
Yeah.
has no musicality to it at all. That's the problem. It's just talking basically and hypeness.
I'll be happy when AB6 has more music and they can just forget this song.
Yes. I don't think they ever will because it's like what made them popular, unfortunately. But like, hopefully something blows up to like fire levels and then they don't have to worry about it.
It's just so unfortunate because like AB6, like from what I've heard, it's like they're not bad, but because of that one song, I was like, I don't want
to. Your opinion of them, yeah.
It's really unfortunate. Like they're growing on me after seeing them more and more. So it's pretty much the same songs. They did the same songs from Rookies. 2 of the songs they also did at New York. I don't remember what the 3rd song they did. They didn't do Shining Stars, I think, at New York, unless they did, and I just don't remember. But
I can't remember.
I don't remember either.
I don't know their discography. They're 5 songs on.
I was gonna say they're 1 album.
Okay, and then after that we got a special stage. I think it was right after that. It was Cheon and Yuri from ITZY.
Yep.
They did a duet. It was I figured out the song "Love Will Show You Everything" by Jennifer Love Hewitt. Why that song? I don't know.
It was kind of weird. I don't know.
Was it?
It was kind of a weird choice.
Oh, just the choice.
Both the cover songs, like the songs from the next night too, was like the weirdest choices to me. But
it's kind of just like a weird pacing through like that type of
a
song.
Ballad right after.
Yeah,
especially if it came right after Hollywood. That's why these like you got whoever organized these concerts needs to have better awareness of like keeping hype levels and stuff.
And so how it was, so we had Chaewon our way and Yuri was facing the other direction, and so they had the box thing in the middle, and then it like lifted and Yuri came our way.
Like the
Okay.
TV screen like lowers down onto the
Yeah.
stage.
Because they can like come up through the middle.
Yep.
So a lot of times what they would do is like lift it and then the group's there and it's like, ooh. Yeah. Yuri's voice live is incredible. Like,
Yeah, I wish we
don't
I wish
really
I got to
get
hear
to
her do a
don't
ballad.
quite hear it as much in the ITZY songs, but hearing her do a duet where she really gets to sing. And I mean, Chaewon did
Mhm.
great too. Like
Yeah.
Chaewon is a great singer, but Yuri is a main vocalist. Like it is crazy how like she has such a good like tone and like
Yep.
I don't know. Her voice is so
She's
unique.
She's so good. I was so happy she made the group.
Yeah, definitely. But I just remember I was blown away by her voice. After that was Momoland, who I kept forgetting was there the whole
So-
weekend.
I think it's
It's
Baron's
really
turn to
weird.
talk.
Well,
Then
it was really
it's
weird
Momoland.
because there's like a third of the group is missing.
I
So
was
like,
gonna say yeah. So
it's like
who-
Momoland's there, but like it's like
Well,
a different group almost. It's
so-
almost as weird as like Mamamoo next.
yeah. So
tomorrow.
who was missing? Because I can't remember their names now.
I don't know their names though. I know Youngwoo, right?
Yamu's missing.
Was it Daisy or Nancy or
So
Jane?
No.
Daisy's been gone for like a year
Daisy's-
because
So
of a
Daisy.
dating scandal.
And
Like
then
Daisy missed
Tae-
the last comeback too.
Yeah.
Is it Taeha who's the other one
Yeah.
missing?
Yeah.
Okay. Are the other two just like sick or something?
Well,
Unknown?
Youngwoo has panic disorder. That she
Okay.
came out about that, but
Yeah.
it sounds like she's getting better, or she's gonna be doing like a drama thing
Oh, okay.
soon. So it sounds like she's kind of getting back into it right now. And I don't know
Yeah.
about Taeha at all.
Yeah, that
I don't
doesn't
follow
sound like
Momoland.
it.
I don't know, but
Come on, Baron. They're your group.
I'm gonna say like I really enjoy their
You
performances.
like their music, but you don't know much
It was
about the
hype.
group itself.
Like the songs. I really only like these 3 songs of theirs. I
Did
didn't like their stuff
did they
beforehand.
just did the
Yeah, so-
3?
Oh,
right?
it's the songs
Yeah,
you would
yeah.
think, yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
opened
yeah.
up with "I'm So Hot" and then they did "Boom Boom" and then they did "Bam."
Switch.
Oh,
Boom
was
Boom
it
was
Switch?
last.
Okay, so they did them in ascending order of goodness, is what you're like. They started out with the worst
Yeah.
song and then went
Yeah.
better and better. Okay.
Yeah, but
I
like
mean, it was all hype. Like,
Well,
those
yeah,
are
it's all gonna be
songs.
hype.
they're really fun to like dance along with because you can do like
Yeah.
the hand motions and like the lyrics and
Yeah.
the choruses are fun.
Yeah, I mean,
So, like-
I'm So Hot's really easy to dance along with because you don't do anything. It's literally like the choreography is the worst choreography at K-pop has ever
I love
made.
it.
No,
I don't care. I
So
love
bad.
it.
it's a ton
So
of fun.
bad.
I really enjoyed their performances live, and I had a lot of fun dancing along to it. Great
Yeah.
group, great performances, no complaints. Besides the
Yeah.
fact that like half the members are gone.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
My-
balance would be all off probably.
My complaint is we didn't get their pre-boom boom.
Yeah,
songs.
why
I
did
didn't
we
expect it.
freeze or Jungkook?
I wanted freeze though. I wanted the
Freeze.
surprise
I would
freeze
have.
performance.
If I was there and they performed Freeze, I would have been like, okay, I'm back on the Momoland hype train just because
God.
you did that song live. But that's a group. There you go. We were talking about it on Discord. What's a group you went from loving
Hey,
to
don't
meh?
don't
No
don't
spoilers.
spoil it, man.
I don't know
spoil
for.
it, man.
Yeah, that's true. It's just I finally thought of one and I was like, oh, okay. Let me point that out.
Yeah. So then
Um,
after Momoland was ATEEZ. I think I actually don't know if my order's 100% correct.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. So ATEEZ did Wave dancing with
Was it, like,
Butterfly
was
Wings.
it the whole Wave song or only part of it?
They did all of Wave. It was Hala Hala. I think they didn't do the whole
Oh,
song.
okay. I think that's right.
Boo.
Yeah. So yeah,
Love
Wave
song.
dancing with Butterfly Wings, Say My Name, and then Hala Hala. But yeah, they didn't do all of Hala Hala.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much the same set as New York, except instead of Aurora, we got dancing,
Dancing with Butterfly Wings.
So I mean, ATEEZ is
Hype.
ATEEZ. They're hype.
They're
They're
so
very
good.
good live.
For
Yeah.
being rookies that live, they're so good.
They did so much this weekend, which is like kind of weird because I guess we can talk about it a little bit later because a lot of the, like kind of talks about it in LOONACast or Orbits are mad that another group got a lot of songs, which I'm
Mhm.
like, why aren't they more upset about ATEEZ getting more songs? Because they're kind of on the same level. And ATEEZ did Rookies, they did a High Touch, they did
Yeah.
like 5 songs that night. Like ATEEZ did a lot.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And one of the members, I forget which one, I think it's Sunghwa. He ended up, I guess, had to be taken off at the end for
Well,
like
I think 2 members hurt themselves during the performance.
Oh really?
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was reading a recap because I didn't remember or notice this at the time, but they said 2 of the members didn't come back on stage at the end for like the encore thing.
Oh, for the encore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one was getting was on a staff member when they were walking backstage, but
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I didn't look into it, but I hope they're okay. They did a lot.
Yeah.
Those boys, man, they need to take a break.
They've been go crazy all year.
Yeah.
Which is their debut year. So basically.
Yeah.
They debuted a year ago, basically.
Yeah.
And Say My Name is just incredible live.
Oh, yeah. Say My Name's so hype.
It's like the only song I really care about. Like I love ATs, but like Say My Name is like one of the best songs of the year to me. So it's like I could hear that song live every day. Like I just love that song.
I love the song, and it's even better live. It's one of the best live performances, I think.
It's just so hype. So then after ATs was Loona. Talked about it in the LOONAcast.
Go check
out
LOONAcast episode 5-ish ? Yeah. If you're on YouTube. If you're an audio listener, you've already heard it.
Then after Loona was SF9. So SF9 did RPM. I was in the bathroom with this, so I didn't really see this. I missed the they did a lot of talking. And when I mean a lot of talking, I mean like a lot of talking.
I don't know what they were doing, but like the balance was definitely kind of weird for them.
So, yeah, I have like my theory behind all this.
They didn't do that much talking during New York, right?
No.
Oh, so they were covering for One Us probably then.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
So a lot of talking, and I think they added an extra song too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they did RPM, all that talking, O Sole Mio, Now or Never, and Play Hard. It's the exact same thing they did in New York, which is why I think they added.
Yeah,
I think they added one of these
for
songs.
This concert, so usually you do a little bit less.
I'm guessing they added Play Hard, but I actually don't know, because they didn't really perform Play Hard. They were just like running around the edges.
Yeah, it's one of those songs.
Yeah. And
kind of like how at New York, ITZY did. Well, I don't know if they did it here, but did Pick Me, like Diana.
They did. Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
I guess we'll get to that though. Yeah.
Yeah. And this was the group a lot of the Orbits were mad about, because they're like, why did SF9 get all these all these songs? And it's like, okay, one, SF9 is an older group, it makes more sense. And I mean, they just did the same stuff they did in New York
to perform.
Yeah, like they did the whole. Yeah, and it was obviously to kind of make up for One Us not being there. Even like Everglow, because Everglow was supposed to come, but they knew well in advance that Everglow wasn't gonna come. I was mostly just disappointed with because I mean a lot of the groups who came to LA were also at New York. I was really disappointed how almost all of them just did the same
thing. No, I knew. Yeah, that was like one of my issues with like doing both of them is I know that most of the groups are gonna be the same, and they're usually gonna do the same thing because they don't expect people.
I feel like in the past that wasn't necessarily the case though, because I remember like with Pentagon, they did both and they did different songs.
Did they?
Like, yeah.
I'm sure we'll talk about this at the end too, but like because of that, I kind of feel like there's not a lot of value in going to both. But LA is like, in my opinion, definitely superior to New York. So like if you're only going to go to one, you might as well just go to LA. So like I don't see the value added in going to LA and also going to New York, which is kind of inconvenient because like
I was gonna say the value add is whichever one's closer. If you really can't do both and like travel costs is actually a problem and stuff. Like go to whichever one's closer, but I guess if you can afford going to either, just go to LA we've kind of known that because LA's always gotten more groups. The convention's always been an extra day, like because New York doesn't even have a Friday. It's just you can just register or like get your registration badge on Friday. So it's like that's kind of, but I always thought that the groups that are the same would have done the same music. So I guess that wasn't the case previously though.
Yeah, I mean they kind of do, but kind of don't. Like I remember,
they're gonna do both. They're gonna do their biggest hits at both. Like
they're gonna do the most recent song usually at both.
Yep.
Yeah, but I just remember last year watching the LA stream and seeing songs that weren't performed at New York. Okay, so after SF9 was ITZY. So ITZY was also the same set that New York did, except we didn't get Rumor. That was the main difference.
Which is like we thought Rumor was covering for Everglow. It was probably going to be a co-stage with Everglow.
Yeah. So we got Violetta, La Vie en Rose, Highlight, Airplane, and then they did the Neko Ya around like the edge.
the half of the song while they're.
Yeah, I forget who we had right in front of us, but we had someone.
Yeah.
I don't remember who it was. I probably should have.
Hitomi was there for a part of it because we made a comment about Andrew would have enjoyed it.
Hitomi being there.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember that.
I'll say like I really like their songs, but my favorite song they perform is Airplane actually because it's the most fun to like, sing along with.
So fun, especially to sing along with.
So it's like it's not my favorite song of theirs, but it's my favorite song that they perform live.
Yep.
Yeah. I liked them more in New York though than I did in LA.
I agree with that as well.
Yeah, maybe it's because it's the first time seeing them in New York, or I don't know. Maybe like just the energy of it was different, but I definitely found myself really like loving them in New York, and in LA I just kind of I was enjoying it. I think I also just was. I think I was too tired.
I was gonna say you're jet lagged. You didn't eat much. You didn't sleep much. Like it's probably didn't help. Spoiler alert,
second night way better. But, yeah. Okay, and then closing the concert once again was Newest. Okay, so I feel like Newest listened to the podcast.
I was gonna say, based on what you guys told us, it sounds like Newest listened to me.
They clearly redeemed themselves, in my opinion.
they changed the order of the songs.
Yeah.
I don't think I have the order right or the songs right. I was going off of memory. I think they opened with Deja Vu.
They did, yeah.
Which I took me like because.
I didn't realize what it was at first.
Well, it took me like 10 seconds to realize so I guess I should like preface this. Like, I'm not a huge Newest fan.
Mm-hmm.
And I was also one of those people who saw them in New York and I wasn't too thrilled about them. It just wasn't a way to end a concert to me. And so I kind of was already checked out. Like when they performed, I'm like, we get to do this again. And then all of a sudden I was just like, holy shit, this is Deja Vu. Like, wait, we're getting Deja Vu, which is one of my favorite Newest songs. So that immediately brought the hype of like, holy shit, we're getting this. And it sounds like what they said, it's the first time they did it OT5.
Yeah.
With all of them. So like that was just really cool to get that. And then we got Love Paint.
Mm-hmm.
We got, is it Segno? I think is.
Yeah.
And then
it's the first song from their new album. Yeah.
Yeah, and then closed it with Bet Bet, which is like, yes, that's what you guys said in the podcast. It's closed with Bet Bet because that's the hype song. And I mean, overall, like, I don't know if just the music hit differently, the energy was different. It was a way better set than it was in New York. It was a way better closer. I still don't think it's a closer, but I enjoyed it a lot. Like, I actually really loved it.
They did a great job, and like they bring like a ton of energy. Like you can tell they're really giving it their all on stage, and like when they're giving their talking sessions, like they're completely out of breath.
Yeah.
So Newest definitely redeemed themselves a lot, I feel like, with this performance, and so hopefully the Loves will be happier with this. I think they did a great job because, like I said, with the closing thing, I know one of the biggest arguments is like because there's a senior group, they deserve to close. I don't think that is how it should be. That's just, in my opinion, not how the world works. That's like saying, a senior gets to start every game, like in a sport. That's not how it works. Like just because you've been there the longest. I mean, there is respect and everything. But you gotta go for what works.
It's makes more sense. But
But even then, like the next night is Mamamoo or 17 the senior group. But whatever.
Around the same time.
Because I would think it'd be Mamamoo. Mamamoo's older.
Yeah.
Like, Mamamoo's older, but 17 might have debuted first, actually. I'm going to look it up. Keep talking.
Yeah. So, Newest redeemed themselves. Overall, first night, I thought was okay. I said, could be I was just tired. Could be standing on that side and it got crowded.
Yeah, Mamamoo was first.
The problem, like it was, by the end of the concert, it was pretty crowded on our side. Like people kept like inching towards like our personal space. So that was annoying. And
oh man. And like, so we were kind of towards the back and we had these people, man, they would stand like right next to you. Like there's space. They're like next to you. Like I'm like, you just like kind of keep inching away and they just like follow. It's like, no, give me my space. I want space. And then
like a lot of the sets were like the same as New York night one. And like, I really liked the Luna performance, but a couple of the others, it was just kind of like whatever. So like
I've
by the
seen
end of the
this
concert,
already.
Yeah.
it definitely wasn't the best night for sure.
Yeah. And then I didn't get any interactions when they were waving.
Yeah.
Like at the end, so that was sad. I was like, oh, I didn't get anything. But yeah. I feel like this is ending on kind of a sad note.
Well, no, so it's good that let's keep I'll wrap up with newest. So if you didn't listen to the last KCON New York's topic, what we were talking about, basically newest, none of us agreed that or we all agreed that newest performance was could have been better, could have been improved in terms of song choice and song placement. And
well, not just that, but the fact that they were closing with that set of songs.
Closing with that set of songs, and everyone yelled at me because they thought I said Bet Bet was a ballad, which I didn't. I said they did a lot of ballad-y and slower songs. I didn't say they did all ballad-y and slower songs.
It's like when you compare the song hype levels to other songs that are performed at the concert.
Yeah, exactly.
By comparison,
when you compare newest to ATEEZ, that's just a different level in terms of hypeness. So that's what I was saying. But so it sounds like it's awesome. They listened to us. They did a newest W song, which they didn't do before, which is something we really wanted. And they ended with Bet Bet, which is definitely something that they should have done.
And Segno's really good too. I love that song.
Yeah, all the songs were great. It was one of those things where I'm I feel like I'm listening to different songs this time. I know they're the same, but no, it was great. And yeah, adding Deja Vu was such
especially
a great choice.
Off with it, right when they come out.
Because that was the other thing with the last one. What you guys and I didn't know either is they performed one of the songs for the first time live. And none of us know that because we're not newest fans.
Yeah.
And it was placed randomly in the set, whereas if they had kind of opened up with Deja Vu, open up with that's whoa, that's so cool. It's the first time doing it like that. It's with Red Velvet Bad Boy English version, opening up with that. It's whoa,
Yep.
But anyway, newest was good. I'm not just saying that, they were actually good.
So if you went to KCON LA, let us know what you thought of day one's concert Saturday. And we will move on to topic 2, which is going to be continuing this conversation and talking about Sunday. So my big question is, how was Chungha? How was her performance?
Yeah.
At least if I couldn't see her live, I could have proxy seen her live through you guys, and that didn't even happen.
I was gonna say you're kind of lucky because I kind of wanted to buy the artist interaction pack just to be able to say I did it.
That would have been.
But you escaped that one.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about what you guys did see on Sunday.
All right, so
lots of
we went to the convention. We got up early. Yeah, we got up early for the convention so we can get a good spot for Promise. Promise was going to be at KCON Beauty. So we got there when it opened. And so with KCON Beauty, there are actual benches. So we actually got a spot on the bench.
Oh, nice.
Well, before that, the way they had you line up for the convention was a disaster. They just had everybody stand in the convention hall, just stand in a huge mob. And then they opened up the escalators and everyone funneled onto the escalators.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, they would pace it, so it wasn't everyone's
people
just
pushing
getting
people down an elevator.
It was fine. It was going up, but I thought it was.
Really? Okay.
I thought it was fine. It worked better than I thought it would. When it first started, I was this can't work. Then when they were doing, I'm oh, okay, I see how it works.
Maybe a line could help though, instead of a block.
Yeah. So we did that. We went. Sat for Promise, and we camped out kind of we were there for 3 hours waiting for this event.
Okay.
So we were just kind of chilling on Discord. We would take turns where someone could go out and walk around and just saving the spot. And then we saw Promise. So they eventually came because Promise did another booth before. It's kind of what Loona did. So Promise did a random dance play event before this.
So they just put it up on Mnet a couple days ago, I assume. But it was relay random play dance. So they filmed the relay dance that they do on Mnet, but then they switched singles midway through the relay.
And so I think it's better that we didn't do that because I was looking at someone in the KCON Discord said they got there when we did and they waited for that event.
Mhm.
But then when they set up the barricades and everything got moved, and they ended up like not getting
near.
at the front.
Oh, that's
So they were waiting for like hours to just get a not
mediocre
like not a
view.
good spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas like with us, it's like we had our guaranteed spot on a bench.
Yeah.
So like we had an actual seat. And yeah, Framus came. It was so before Framus came, there was an actual event at the booth, and this woman's like teaching how to use glitter, and it's like all these men in this like
they're
and
all
she's,
just
like,
waiting for Framus.
like she obviously knows the crowd doesn't care. But it's so funny because she walks out, she's like, "Who likes glitter?" And like the crowd's like not really hype. All of a sudden, she starts throwing out these little cases of glitter, and these things are like, I feel like they would hurt you if they hit you.
Oh, really?
She's just like throwing these out, and they're just like hitting people.
Hopefully, they didn't like explode and just cause glitter to get everywhere.
But you know, she did a good job, and she made me want to get glitter. So yeah, I enjoyed it, you know, because I like makeup. And yeah, then we waited some more. We got to hear "Fun," I think, like 8 times.
Yeah, you had a fun counter.
Yeah, I was counting in Discord every time it played.
Because they would just keep replaying the same advertisements, and then that was the only music video. They played an n.flying music video, I think, as well. But the Framus one was the most noticeable. Yeah, then they came out, and they were in these cute dresses with little vegetables on them. You know, they're really pretty.
What did they do there? Like
they just talked about beauty. They just talked about beauty tips. So just like ask questions about like beauty. So they did like you know, how to take the perfect selfie. They just talked about like tips of like how they wash their face. And the big tip was go the other way. Yeah.
Well, they asked like who is the best at makeup stuff, and they all said Jason. So and then like she like put makeup on the other members and like helped
sort of.
Only yeah, it's like that.
She like didn't put anything on.
Yeah, well, just like they probably all had tons
they
of
already
makeup
had
on.
makeup on.
Like,
yeah.
She
exactly.
just like, pretended to put it on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a cute event. It was like 30 minutes, but we had good spots.
There was a woman like right because we were seated on the benches, and I was on the corner of the bench. So like people are all around me because we were on the last bench. So like
okay, so
behind us,
people are standing.
People, like, to my right as well, and like this one woman who was like taking photos was literally within like an inch of my face. It was like the only place you could like
the side of her side was just like rubbing against the side of your face.
Here, and she's like right here trying to get a spot. So it's like they're like in my personal space.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing to point out, because normally in one of these kinds of events when like the group comes out, everyone would stand. Everyone on the benches stay seated, which was awesome.
So that you could actually see them while you're sitting down. Yeah,
because it's like it all depends on what the front row does.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
And I'm just like, if I'm in the front row, I'm just gonna stay seated anyway. Like, I don't want to.
Yeah, that's what like Baron and I did at KCON New York because we had the barrier in front of us. We just like basically sat the whole time. Yeah.
So that was very nice that everyone had that mutual thought of we're just gonna stay seated, right? So we got to still see, even though we were in the back of the seated because of that.
I will say it's nice though in general that like everybody at KCON is pretty short because for the most part I can see over everybody's head.
Everyone.
But like there's always like 1 or 2 people that are taller or like just tall enough that they block my view, and it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Did you guys do anything else in the convention Sunday?
I don't think so. We went to Koreatown that day.
Oh yeah.
We can talk about that. We ate in Koreatown, and we went to both Choice Music and Music Plaza. So
nice.
I had already been to the stores in person. And those are the 2 stores I order from online a lot. So it was fun.
Yeah, Choice Music's where I get all my light sticks from.
I got some great freebies. I got like 2 giant Yanan posters. Which was like, they're like actually like legit big. But yeah, so that was a fun thing to do.
The stores were so packed. There was like a line to get in.
Choice had a line.
Yeah.
Yep. They always are.
But yeah, it was so much better going to the actual stores than going to their booths at KCON, because we went by the booths and because I wanted to buy Oh My Girl's album. That was the big thing. Because I hadn't ordered it yet, because I'm like, I'll just get it in LA.
Mhm.
And I looked at like the prices at the booth, and
So much
they
more.
obviously had upped them up
Yeah.
there. So I'm like, I'll just go to the stores where I can get them for like $5 cheaper.
Yeah, that's why I was so surprised that New York with Choreo Books, the prices were discounted. I was like, usually
There
all the
was-
other...
They had that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one
whereas,
booth there that had like amazing sales. Like
Yeah.
there were some albums they have for like $10. I was like,
Yep.
whoa, I don't want this album, but like, whoa.
Yeah,
You can
exactly.
tell it's
Like,
like
that's why I
they-
bought that G-Friend DVD. Like, it was $40.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get DVD concerts for $40.
they like brought like all their inventory that they couldn't
They
get rid
can't
of.
get
And
rid
they're,
of it,
they're like,
yeah.
these nerds will buy it at the conventional discount
Yep.
and they just want to like get rid of it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. Yeah.
So, concert then?
Yeah, concert. So yeah, this time we went to the other side
Yeah.
of
Okay.
the stage.
Way better.
Way better.
Yeah.
So like that's the little trick. If you go to KCON LA, go to the back
Go
side of it.
The
Like
opposite side from where Platinum
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, because like you can get right next to the stage because there's no
Mhm.
other group there. So like you can get like if you get there early, which you wanted to, you could literally be right next to the stage because there's no one in
Mhm.
front of you. And
Yeah.
sure, like the groups perform to the other direction more often, but you
But-
still get plenty of interaction and facing this way, and it's
Yeah.
so much less crowded. It's just way
Mhm.
better
Yeah.
in general.
it was just way better. It was way better.
Yeah.
So I don't remember the pre-show was June Curry on he come, or was he the first night? Or was he
I
the
don't remember.
I don't remember. He was one of the nights. He's there every year.
Yeah.
Also, there was no Kevin Wu.
I was gonna say, it's like how Kevin is there at New York every year.
Kevin was there. He
He's
just
at
didn't
Rookies.
perform.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Like he was one of the
It
rookies
was-
hosts, but he
Yeah,
wasn't.
we
in.
had Danny Lin be the MC this year,
Okay.
and he walked by us at one point.
He was like standing right next to us in the crowd at one point.
Same with
Oh, really?
Ellen and Brian. They were also right next to us at one point in the crowd. So yeah, I don't really remember much of the pre-show.
They had like the dance cover group. I forget what
yeah.
their name was. So like the dance cover group.
It's Sola because it's like
Yeah.
Sola from WJSN, but it's
Yeah.
not.
Oh, so yeah.
So they
Yeah.
performed like before the concert both nights. They did the exact same song both nights. Like they did
Really?
the exact same performance twice.
Yeah, it was Holla
Yeah.
Holla.
I don't understand. Like, granted, they do a fantastic job. But like, I don't
Yeah.
know why they couldn't like do a second
Do a
cover.
second.
Or
Yeah.
have a
Well,
yeah.
especially if they did Holla Holla, like you'd think they would do something from one of the artists
Yeah.
from day two. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
ATEEZ
I'm
isn't
sure
even
they
there
only
that
have
day.
the one song really prepared, but
Yeah,
Like they like
was still
killed it.
just
They did a
interesting.
very good job. But
yeah.
yeah. Okay. So then concert starts. So we didn't really sort of kind of not really get covers this time at the beginning. This time it started off with Racha. So that
Oh
was
yeah,
hype as
that would have
hell.
been awesome.
Yeah.
So it started off with Changbin. He came up on the other side. We
Mhm.
had Chan right in front of us. So that was really cool because we're
Yeah.
even closer this night and he's
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
right
he's like
there.
right there.
And then Jisung came up on the other side as well. And then they mostly performed to the other side, but it
Mhm.
was still hype. And then the surprise, this was like the surprise of the whole concert to me, was n.flying. So n.flying comes up from the middle with like, you see
Yeah.
like the drum
It's-
set
they
and
got the
all.
guitar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
I
the
was saying they have the
instruments.
band instruments, so like
Yeah.
they have to come up from the middle.
And
Yeah.
then they did a cover of, first it was like Go Go Baby from
There's like
Mama Moo song.
other performances from the night they covered.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and then they did
Yeah.
Dala Dala, which
It's
oh my god, that
so
was
good.
so good.
It's like a
rock version.
a rock
of Dalla
version of
Dalla.
Dalla Dalla. It's like I
Yeah.
want a studio version of that song because I actually like that version.
You like that?
That was just, it was just so hype because everyone knows the song. You know, you get this rock version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sriracha was like still on stage.
Okay,
for it,
so
kinda,
they were
like-
okay. I was gonna say, were they performing together or?
Well, it was like Stray Kids, and then Stray Kids like walked off, and then n.flying came up, and then Stray Kids came back, and they were all together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, that was just a hype way to start. Like that was like immediately, I was just like, tonight's already better. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was so good.
yeah.
Yeah. And then the concert started. Or so we had started with Very Very. So they did tag. Is it tag or tag? I
I think
don't
it's
know.
three tags.
And then it's ring ring.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay. So the
Great-
triple
great
word
names, guys.
songs.
So they did tag to the other side, and then ring to us. And I like their
Oops.
new song.
Why isn't the group called Very 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 then?
yeah.
I guess they can't with IOI.
Yeah. Ring was really hype. Any song performed our way was like way more
Better.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And especially just because of how close they were. It was like, I had a blast. Like, I really like Ring Ring Ring. It's very much a golden child kind of song.
Yeah.
And I love that
Cutesy
sound.
boy group.
Yeah. And they look so happy. They had fun.
Yeah, they were good in New York. I enjoyed them.
But that was it. They only had 2 songs, which is kind of sad.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's to be expected.
They didn't do a cover later like they did with New York?
No.
Then, do you have any thoughts on Very, Very,
Like, I don't really know any of their songs, but like, it was
Yeah.
fun. Like, they did a good job. I enjoyed it. I was kind of surprised they didn't do like 3 songs. It seemed like everybody did 3 besides them, but I don't know.
This night felt like it went by so much faster, just in
Yeah, it
general. I felt like they're really moving them along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like if had Chungha been there too, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like they would have had to cut something from somebody.
Like, I couldn't tell you how they covered for Chungha this night, like what they
'Cause
added.
it seemed like there was less in general, so like
Yeah, it just felt like there's like really only groups that had a lot were Mamamoo and 17.
yeah, which makes
Everyone
sense.
else kind
Those
of
are
had
the
the
two that are
same.
gonna get a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll get there. So next was ITZY, and so ITZY did.
I was surprised that they like came on so early. Like I realized they're a
They're
rookie group.
rookies.
Yeah, but like
and they don't have much.
Yeah, so like
And they're like
they're
rookie
popular.
rookies too. Yeah.
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 So
So
as 2 people that don't like ITZY, it's music.
so
What did you
okay.
think of their performances?
I mean, I don't think anyone can say that ITZY isn't hype, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they are a fun group to see, especially, and a lot of it is also just the energy of everyone else. So if everyone else is really into it, you get
You're
into
gonna
it
be
as
into
well.
Yeah.
So they did ITZY, It's My Summer, and Dala Dala. So we only got It's My Summer performed our way, which is like my least favorite ITZY song.
I really don't like that song.
And so ITZY was singing live, which is a very JYP groups do that in general.
I was surprised that they were singing live.
I'm only not just because JYP groups seem to do that. They're kind of big on that, I guess. So it kind of was in our favor because when they were doing It's My Summer, you could barely hear them. It was just bass. And then there's that one part of the song where they sing really high and we were just kind of like, okay. But, you know, it was fun. I had fun. ITZY and Dala Dala are definitely the better songs.
And like my primary complaint with them is that I don't like the way they sing, but at a concert when you're kind of just shouting anyways, it doesn't really matter. So like it kind of the worst parts that I don't like about them are kind of mitigated away anyways.
Well,
so actually I like.
I was to say, and their best parts are brought forward because like
exactly.
That's like the one thing with ITZY is like their stage presence right off the bat as rookies was like insanely good.
Yeah,
like their everything about their performance. So
so like ITZY was okay. I didn't like It's Summer, but I didn't like that song anyways. But Dala Dala was really good live.
Oh my god, Dala Dala was just intense because Dala Dala just has so many, I feel like, iconic moments of it.
Yeah.
Like just like any English words, like
or anything that everyone knows.
Shouting.
They just scream.
Like the keep your head up, like that whole part. The My Life part where they like go on the ground. It's like so hype. Just the people look at me, like the whole thing.
There's
like,
a lot of English in that
shouting.
song, so you get the whole crowd just freaking out.
Yeah, and they did a talking part as well. Leah speaks English because she's fluent. She was in Canada, I think, for a bit.
Yeah,
her name was Julia.
That surprised me. I did not know she spoke English.
Yeah, and she did great. She was definitely nervous, but you know it's to be expected. It's a big crowd. They're rookies.
Yeah,
I think Yuna also tried speaking some English, which was kind of funny. Like she kind of had like a Yeri thing almost, where like she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm fluent in English."
Yeah, like she's really confident, but like a little off.
Yeah,
or a lot off.
Or a lot off. Yeah.
But yeah, I was really happy to see Yeji live because I love Yeji. Like I don't really like ITZY, but I love Yeji a lot. And they were great. After ITZY was n.flying, you know, the surprise of the whole night. I don't really know anything about n.flying. I know Hot Potato. That's about it. Like I know they blew up recently in Korea. I know they have fans. They're not my favorite K-rock group I've come across.
I mean, they're one of the newer ones, so
like they're just. I've enjoyed what I've seen of them, like variety wise. Like they seem like cool dudes. I understand like they have a fan base, but yeah, going into this, I wasn't like, oh yeah, n.flying, woo.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, n.flying.
I forgot they're going. Yeah.
Yeah. So they performed Rooftop, I think was their song that they performed. And people in the crowd knew it. So that was cool. And then the hype part was they did a Queen medley,
Yeah.
which the live stream, I guess, didn't show. I don't think the live stream showed English covers. It sounded like.
It usually doesn't. They usually like.
Yeah. So everyone in Discord just like, what's happening? And me and Baron are like, this is so hype. Like, oh my God. And I felt bad because one girl in our Discord, Evie, she really loves n.flying and she only gets to see one song.
Wait, so they only did their one song and then this medley?
And then the Queen
plus
medley,
the thing at the beginning?
But the Queen medley was like 5 minutes long. It was
really the Queen medley was We Will Rock You, Don't Stop Me Now, We Are the Champions of Bohemian Rhapsody, I think was all the songs they did. And oh my gosh, that was such a genius thing for them to do because, you know, clearly they are one of the more unknown groups there. So
to do songs like literally everybody knows is great choice.
Yeah, especially because recently they have been doing more ballady kind of songs, like slower tempo songs. Like they haven't really been doing hot potatoes.
Songs ballads during
They're not doing hot potato anymore. That's what I mean. Like, it's a lot more like it's when there's a band, you know, people want like, you know, rock.
Like the rock.
Like,
they want the up tempo,
we want
higher
hype.
tempo.
And
stuff.
doing a Queen medley was so hype. Their main vocalist, oh my God, he's so good.
He's fantastic.
He was so good. Drummer was cool. I was watching him. He was doing little flips.
Jamming out, yeah.
Yeah.
It's always good.
Because like everyone else would like walk around. He obviously can't. he's limited. But yeah, so like we'd have like, you know, the lead singer come our way. One of the other singers. I think I don't know their group well enough. Yeah. Their main vocalist, though, he is phenomenal. So they were definitely like I feel like every KCON, there's that one group that I get kind of blown away by.
Yeah, they were the big surprise.
They were the group this time. After that, I actually don't know if it was after that, but this happened. Solar had a solo stage.
I think it was after that, but I'm not positive either.
So I was slightly disappointed because when I heard a Solar stage, I was thinking, "Oh my God, we're gonna get a pole dance."
I was gonna say, is she pole dancing? Because
she didn't.
That's like all she does now is anything when she's not with Mamamoo, she's just doing.
And like they brought down the TV for that one, so like maybe
they're putting a pull up,
So she did "Speechless" by Naomi Scott. So once again, I don't know. Interesting song choice, I guess. It was good, ballad. She looks pretty.
She's just do a ballad. Yeah.
You could tell she was like very happy and like enjoyed being up there and like she was like smiling a lot and it was good. But like the song is it's fine.
Yeah. And then after that was Promise. So Promise did Fun, Love Rum Pum, and Love Bomb the Mama version.
Oh yeah, so I was gonna say, so they did almost the same set as New York, but everyone was complaining. I didn't watch the performance, but everyone was complaining about this remix.
I didn't notice it was a remix at first until they got to like the chorus, and then because you're expecting the Love Bomb chorus to hit, and it didn't hit. I was like, "What is
really?
This is a weird."
I hate what they do to the
just
pre-chorus.
Like changes the tempo.
Yeah, it's slower. It's like smoother. I don't know, and like the pre-chorus
you don't want
different.
Smoother and slower for Love Bomb. It's supposed to be like hype and crazy. Like,
I don't know. Like, it's a frustrating remix. I think.
Is it okay?
But
it kind of like ruins like the hype of the song for me.
Yeah, especially like ending on it. Like, I don't know.
And they only did 3 songs too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Darn.
Yeah, it was just the New York performance, pretty much. But yeah, the Mama.
Didn't we get a 4th in New York though?
Red Flavor.
Yeah.
Red Flavor that's right. They did the cover.
Yeah.
That's right.
Which I think was, I don't know. Yeah, that was. I wish they had done another cover, but oh well.
Yeah.
Yep.
He wants to be in front of you no matter what. Just walking back and forth. That's literally all he's doing.
I just want to get him off the bed, but he doesn't want to get off the bed. Okay. After that, we got a 17 performance. The performance unit performed Highlight, I believe, was what they did.
Oh,
the cover of the Eyes One song?
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. Just a second. Oh, okay.
Cat.
Whatever. He's not gonna get off. Yep. It was good. It wasn't performed to us. So whatever, it's like whenever the songs aren't performed our way, I kind of lose the hype.
Yeah.
Then after that was Stray Kids. And okay,
God.
Stray Kids was like the group of the convention, it seems. My ears were bleeding from the crowd.
Yeah.
It was insanely loud when they were performing.
Like, oh my gosh. I actually had brought headphones, but I didn't get them out for this performance. I got them out for 17. Oh my God. Like, the crowd was insane for Stray Kids. And like, it was hype. Stray Kids was hype. Stray Kids actually might be where they added songs, now that I'm thinking about it, to make up for...
Oh, that last one is probably,
because they did Side Effects, Miro, Victory Song, and My Pace.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So,
my pace was just like where they run around the edges and like say hi to people.
Yeah.
They also kind of did that for Victory Song as well, maybe.
For like they did like half the choreography and then they stopped and then broke up and like ran around.
Yeah. Sometimes they do that. Yeah.
Yeah, but so, they totally made this like a Stray Kids concert.
Yeah.
So
seeing
we
Stray
had
Kids so hype.
We had Miro performed Our Direction. Oh my God, it was so hype.
And neither of you saw their solo concert, right?
No. It was the first time I'd seen them.
Oh yeah.
I saw them at KCON last year, so I knew they were hype. Oh my gosh, it was
Side
hype.
Effects is so good live. I love that song anyways. That was one of my favorite performances of the night for sure.
I was all about Miro. That song was so good live.
Yeah, that one is too.
It's like my second favorite Stray Kids song now, I think.
They just have incredible stage presence.
Yeah. That's JYP's whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, they find really good performers.
Yeah. And I mean, I had some like cool moments of like when they're running around stage. I remember we had Hyunjin in our little thing. He's my favorite member. So I was very happy of like having him just like right there. You know, like you got them all. Like Jisung came up to us at one point. Chan was there a lot. Chan also was wearing a weird
Was he wearing
shirt.
the crop top? Or people were saying it was like weird.
It either needed 2 more inches or 2 less inches.
Okay, so it was like halfway between a normal shirt and a crop top.
It was like a button-down shirt kind of thing, but it was like if you lifted his arms, all you saw was his belly.
If he lifted his arms like halfway, you could see everything.
Yeah, so it was funny because he just kept lifting up his arms. I'm just like, dude, settle down. Like, but no, Stray Kids was amazing. Like I love seeing them live so much. So it's just so exciting to see like what could come from them. I just love them. After that was Mamamoo. I feel like this 17 performance was after Stray Kids. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't remember.
I don't remember, but
I don't.
So like,
sorry, Shy Guy.
Mamamoo, like they came up from stage and they were facing the other direction. So like they rose up on the middle of the stage, and all we could see was Floss's ass.
I was say butt.
Just like completely hanging out there.
It was just there.
Just there. Yeah.
I just remember we were both just like, whoa. So they did Starry Night, and I think they also did Egotistic that way as well.
Yeah.
And then, then they did. I never know how to say it. The DaebakCast.
I don't know how to say that. I love that song.
That song. It's my favorite Mamamoo song. So that was so hype. That might have been added in, but I don't think it's added in just because they're more of a closer group. I felt like they could have closed the concert.
Yeah,
like
I think Mamamoo and 17 are definitely the two.
I think that's what made tonight so. That's what tonight was so much better. Is like it was nonstop hype.
Yeah.
There was no group that I felt. I mean, if I had to pick a group, Promise kind of brought down the mood a little bit, and I love Promise.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
They are just not at the level of like these other groups yet. Hopefully.
Also, they did a worse version of their best song.
Yeah.
And the DaebakCast, that's when they ran around. They walked around the stage.
Yeah.
We had a lot of Moonbill and a lot of Solar.
Yeah.
Which was we didn't get a lot of Hwasa.
No.
On our side, but we did get the one part because she had like these long gloves. She was actually very covered up, except for just the one region, which is kind of funny. But yeah, she would just walk towards us though, and she like took off her glove like with her mouth, and I was just like. No, it was great. And then one thing note was Wheein wasn't there.
No Wheein, unfortunately.
So they didn't cover her part.
Another thing that would have disappointed me.
Yeah, that definitely was sad. I mean, the girls made up for it. They did great. But
It felt pretty weird to only have 3 members though. Like it felt very off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when they were doing the dance, like they didn't even like adjust the choreography for her not being there.
Just told
so like
there's no time.
Like at one point, like they put their arms on each other's shoulders and like they just act as if she was there, and they just like put their arm on like empty space. So it was like kind of weird.
Yeah. And they would just have the backtrack sing her part. So then after that they did Go Go Bebe, which I don't like Go Go Bebe, but it was good live.
Yeah.
That they performed to us, and songs performed to us automatically better. But yeah, they were so fun to see live. Like they were in other groups. I don't really care for Mamamoo anymore.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
But seeing them live, it was so much fun. Like because I really love them. Like I love the girls a lot.
Yeah, you just don't like their recent music. It's
so being able to actually like see them like right there was really cool. It was really fun. Yeah.
And then 17.
Yeah, so 17 closed the night. So they did Hit, Good to Me, Clap, Adore You, and Very Nice. So it's the same thing as New York, except instead of Getting Closer, they did Hit.
Okay.
And so Hit's the new song, so that's obviously why they did it. They performed it to the other side.
Like opened with that one. Yeah.
I don't really like Hit to begin with. Okay. And seeing it live didn't do anything.
Is that the one that's very NCT-ish?
The whoa, 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 whoa. It's very Stray Kids, actually.
Stray Kids? Okay. I need to... I haven't listened to it much, so I have to...
But it's like EDM-y.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of liked it. I liked it more than I liked... Because I didn't like the studio version that much. But it was good live, but like all their other stuff was better.
Yeah.
It wasn't performed to it. I'm sure if it was performed our way, I would have liked it more live.
Yeah.
But it was just like hearing it in the studio for me, hearing it live.
Yeah.
And yeah, then they did Good to Me, which I think it's the weakest song in their set. I didn't really care for it I didn't care for it on the album. I didn't care for it in New York. It's not growing on me at all. Then they did Clap. Clap's fun. I like Clap. Then they did Adore You, which I love. Adore You. It's like my second or third favorite 17 song. And it's their debut song, which is like so interesting that that's the song they choose to perform both times.
Yeah.
But it's fun. And then Very Nice, they did as well. That's a banger. It's such a good song to close on. And so they did this in New York as well, where they did the fake out ending. They did it only one time in New York, where they were waving goodbye, and then song comes back, they come out.
Yeah.
They did it 4 times.
They did it 4 times.
In LA. Like
it was so hyped. So they performed like the last chorus 4 times. I was like, yes.
Really?
And they would just keep running off stage, and then it would come back, and they just run back on.
That's how they filled time for Chungha. They just they just performed a 10-minute version of the last song.
Honestly, it was so incredibly good. I was so hyped the whole time.
And they were right in front of us too. Yeah. So it's hype. No. But yeah. So 17 was awesome. Loved it. I love 17. I'll see them live, or I'd see them if they came toured here.
The concert, yeah.
Yeah. And then for the goodbyes, ITZY, I guess, had to dip right after their stage because they weren't there.
They show up.
Yeah. So
and then
I actually didn't even notice until after the concert.
And then Promise was only on the other side too, so it was just boys on our
Promise
side.
So came up.
I heard they.
Oh yeah.
So
Promise came up right there.
So I heard they didn't really move around. Did they?
No,
do that
they didn't. Only Stray Kids
did.
members and 17 members actually So
did day one? Did they move around a lot, or did they do the same thing?
I feel like it was kind of the same thing.
Because for us in New York, day one, everyone moved around a ton.
Yeah.
Everyone was going all over
Smaller
the place.
stage.
And then day two, but day two in New York, they did the same thing where they all kind of just stood there and didn't move around much, which always is disappointing.
Yeah.
So we had a ton of Stray Kids in front of us, and then a lot of 17s. I actually got some 17 member interactions. Remember, I got a point from Hoshi. He pointed back at me. And then I got a heart back from S Coops and a heart back from Sungwon.
Scoops.
So I was so happy, especially because Sungwon wasn't in New York. So to see him in LA because he's one of my favorite members. So, and then Hoshi is my bias, so to get a interaction from him, I was very happy. So yeah, day 2 overall, so much better. It was just nonstop hype concert, which is funny because I felt like going in, I was so looking forward to day 1.
Yeah.
And day 2 was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And had Chungha been there too, it would have been even better.
Yeah.
I don't know. She might have been a less hype.
Snapping would have been so hype live.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
Like it would have, and then Gotta Go. God, that would have been amazing.
I would have loved to see her live.
Yeah, it was definitely like out of the 4 KCON performances this year, so the 2 in New York and the 2 here, it was by far the best day, I think.
So how would you be able to rate all 4 days?
Oh gosh.
Let's think.
I need to remember day 1 and day 2 from New York.
Yeah.
Day 1 we had AT's, Eyes 1.
That's.
I feel like it's pretty much what it is for me. Is day 2 of LA's number 1.
Yeah.
Both KCON New York nights are kind of tied for me, and then it's day 1 LA at the bottom.
Day 1 LA is the worst. Day 2 is the best. Then New York's in the middle.
Yeah, I think day 2 New York was better than day 1 New York.
Yeah, 17. What
I liked day 2 more of New York as well.
Promise.
It makes a difference.
Oh yeah, we had
how
G
it
Idol
closes.
Promise. Day 2.
Yeah.
How it closes can make a whole difference.
Oh,
Remember. That's why the closing act is important.
Yeah. Okay. Any last thoughts about KCON LA day 2? Concert day 2?
I don't think so.
I
don't think so.
In my background.
Yeah,
I know.
Sirens on Baron's End.
I know Baron kind of mentioned it earlier of just like what he would rather go to. I actually don't know if I prefer New York or LA. They're kind of equal to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like that you get more songs or like more songs from groups at New York. LA would be so much better if they didn't try to like
cram more people into the same amount of time. So you get less songs. Yeah. Yeah,
because like getting 2 songs from a group is kind of disappointing, especially if it's a group you really love.
Yeah.
You know, like even LOONA, like they got more than 2 songs technically, but their actual performance part, it was really 2 songs. Like I said, there's more, and I enjoyed everything I got from them, but it's still like if they had been in New York, they would have gotten more.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I actually really loved the center stage setup. I didn't think I would, but oh my God, you're so close. It's so cool.
Yeah, I think the center stage setup is better if you're doing standing, but I think I like the other way. Like for seated would definitely be better since you always get them facing you. Like
and that's the other thing about like the standing thing people don't think about. You can totally sit there. Like I do it all the time. Whenever they start talking, I go,
you just
I'm gonna take a seat.
Yeah.
I have no shame.
Like you're close enough. You don't need to be like right in the front row, so you can just like stay back a little bit. And then you have plenty of space around you. You can just
because New York, like if you really want the front, you have to like camp out, and then you're standing there the whole time. LA, like it's so easy to like. It's like there's only like 3 rows of people. I feel like along the stage. Okay. At least we're on our end on the second night. It's like no one's there. That's how I was able to get so many interactions at the end of the concert because it's like they're right there. Like you can say their name and they can hear you.
Yeah. Okay, if you guys went to KCON LA, let us know what your thoughts were in day 2. And we'll move on. Topic 3. So we're getting into reviews. And our first review is Red Velvet's The ReVe Festival Day 2. Which I just realized is interesting because you guys were here this was a group that reviewed day 1. So I feel like now we us 3 have to review day 3 whenever it comes out. We got to have you guys back on for day 3. I didn't even think about that until just now. So yeah, if you don't know Red Velvet, we assume is probably doing a trilogy. I think did they confirm? I wasn't.
I don't know. There's ever been an announcement of it,
but
I
mean, there definitely is because the album covers Connect, and it's definitely spelling like Revel Love, and right now we have like ReVe.
Okay. Yeah.
It's gonna spell something.
Well, that'll make sense too, because then I feel like they're kind of doing the whole like Story of Light kind of thing, where we'll get day 3, and then we'll probably get a repackage with one song that combines all 3 albums into one big package. So yeah, let's get into it, and I guess I'll run the review since you guys talked basically like 95% of the time for the last three parts. And we got a cat.
Yeah.
Cat is
Should I get just swatted at
destroying
my headphones?
the headphones.
He's sitting on them.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into it. We have the single from the album Oompa Oompa. And for me, I think someone said it in Discord, and I 100% agree. Like, other than the Oompa Oompa part, this sounds so much like an SNSD song. Like, this could be straight out of like something SNSD performed.
I never noticed that. I'll have to re-listen
like,
to it with like,
to me,
that in mind.
To me, it's the vocals. Like, the vocal melodies and harmonies are just like very classic, like pop, K-pop, and like it just sounds like so SNSD, like 2012, 2011, like maybe not their like sexy stuff, but like I don't know, like G era, O era, like the vocal like style, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I think they do a really good job. And then the Oompa Oompa part like adds that distinct like Red Velvet flavor to it. It's got that like catchy, repetitive thing that Red Velvet has. I mean, we have tons of different songs that they do where they have that flavor to it.
What is an Oompa Oompa? Does anyone know?
No.
Oh, they said what it means. It's like
no idea.
They have to do with something with underwater like sound effect.
Okay. I assumed it was like an onomatopoeia or something, but I didn't know.
It is
something to do with water. I think the song is a really sick bass line and just really fun, bouncy instrumentals. It just, I don't know, it's a Red Velvet song. Like you've heard them, you know like what it is. It's just a fun poppy song. I think it's a return to form after Zimzelbim.
I actually wrote the exact same words in my notes.
Return to form. Yeah. I do like that the bridge, just for a really short amount of time, goes into classic Red Velvet. It's just like straight out of like the Velvet, just for the bridge. It's really short. I love the song. I thought it was a great choice for a single and really nice to come back to. I think the music video is great. I like the concept of a summer music video, but it getting ruined by rain. Like that's a nice little change of pace.
Apparently that's like what's happening in Korea right now. It's like been raining like a lot or something.
Season. Interesting.
Yeah. So that's why like it's
sense.
Like even a smarter idea for them to do something like that.
Yeah, so I thought that was a nice little concept. I think the styling is amazing, even if they maybe stole it from some designer. I don't know. I didn't really read into that too much. But I think they look amazing, and the choreo is great. It fits the song. The one thing like that like I did have an issue with, like it seems like the choreo, there's nothing. It doesn't have that like hook choreo that like a lot of other Red Velvet songs. Like I guess it has that part, but like it's just like nothing stood out to me as much as some of their stuff in their other songs, like their summery poppy songs. But I still think it's good choreography that fits the song well. What about you, Baron?
I think I mostly agree with all that. Like it's a really fun song. I'm glad that it's a title track that I love again. Like as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh yeah, like I'm glad that they're back to this kind of stuff. It's great. I don't think I like it actually as much as Bing Bing from the first mini.
From
So like I think as we'll talk about more, like I think it's not maybe quite as good as the first one, but like it's for a title track by far much better than Zimzelbim.
Yeah.
And the music video is super cute. What do you guys think about Irene's bangs? Are you guys pro or anti?
I'm fine. I'm
them.
Totally fine with bangs.
Her best hairstyle.
People hate on bangs a lot. They usually don't bother me.
Irene's bangs with the high ponytail is her best hairstyle ever. Ever.
Like, I don't know. Like, I don't dislike them, but like, I don't know if I like them. It's like, I don't know.
If we want to talk about ugly bangs, Silgy's bangs in this comeback.
You're right. But when she doesn't have the bangs, she looks amazing.
Yeah, but when they're like there, I don't like them. But yeah, when they're pushed to the side, she looks a lot better.
And then like the part in the music video when she's up on the roof, so adorable.
yeah.
But that's all I really have. It's a great song. Really enjoy it, and glad that they're back with good title tracks.
Yeah. So I mean, I love this song. So it's easily one of my favorite Red Velvet title tracks like ever. I've listened to it so much. I'm obsessed with it. It's like it's so like I think what I really love about it is it's so similar to like a high school movie musical kind of thing. Like sound wise, it's just so happy and feel good.
Mm-hmm.
I love it so much. It's so catchy. It's so good. It's this summer. I feel like I've gotten so many summer tracks I just love. Like it gets that same feeling of like WJSN's My Type, Oh My Girl's Bungee, Wiki Mickey's Tika Taka. Like those are all the same song to me, where they are just so feel good, summery goodness. I love them.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I love this cover for Wiki Mickey.
Like I knew I loved this song like at the very beginning when they did like a first like chord harmonizing with each other. I was like, oh, Red Velvet's back. This is what I wanted. The pre-chorus is so good, and they have like little oompas in the background, which I thought was like a cute little touch. The chorus is so good. It's so feel good. They had that little callback rap of like the past title tracks.
Yep.
Joy high note in the second chorus, phenomenal. I love the clapping after the bridge.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the clapping's so good.
I wanted to go more, but I think that's why if it was a musical, they would have done a whole chorus clapping.
Yep.
But since it's not a musical, they can't do that. Which I get it. But like it just it's so good. I really love this song.
The part at the end where like they abruptly switch from like a verse to like a rap.
They changed the melody part.
Yeah, that part like caught me off guard the first time. Like I thought my YouTube video skipped or something. I was like,
that's weird. I didn't notice it for the longest time.
I didn't notice anything weird.
Stu mentioned it to me, and I was like, I didn't even notice.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'll have to go listen for it.
Yeah.
They just changed it up. Yeah. It's cool. It's a nice touch.
Yeah. It's kind of cool, like, but it definitely caught me off guard the first time.
Yeah. I agree. The music video is really cute. I like their little fake beach that they made.
Yeah, I like the fake waves and like the surfboard and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I really like the choreo. It's still, I don't think it's the same guy that does all their stuff, but it's still very Red Velvet.
Yeah.
And they do some cool things in the choreo where like one member, when they do like an ad lib, they do something different in the choreo, but then they just jump right in with the other members. And then another member does something different and then like joins back. And I think it's really cool. I think their stage they did today, the Inkigayo one, is really good. I really love it. And I like the outfits, the 70s. I like most of the outfits, I should say. The like 70s vibe they've been doing with their outfits. But yeah, I'm very pleased. I love this song.
Yeah, that was a great comeback. Next we have Carpool. And I was immediately caught by like the super fast, like picky guitar part. And the fact that it's only in the left channel, which is weird.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, like when I was listening on my headphones, unless something was wrong with the Spotify upload that I was listening to. But yeah, it seemed like it was only in the left channel, but that like immediately caught my ear. And I thought that would like gave it a nice vibe while they sung, like were singing the intro. And then yeah, like there's another great bass line in the song mixed with like the really good guitar part. It just gives the song like a really nice vibe. And obviously I don't really need to say this throughout. I'm gonna say it, but the vocals are fantastic. Like you don't really have to. You kind of expect that with Red Velvet. I pretty much have to say it on every song. But yeah, I thought this song just gave off a really nice vibe with like the guitar parts and stuff. The one thing is the songs at the end is weird. It doesn't really ruin the song or the album, but it definitely was just like, what just happened? That it just like cuts. It does. I don't even remember what it was. There's like some weird sound effects and then it cuts.
Oh yeah, it's like a car stalling out or something.
Yeah, that's right. Which I guess makes sense. Like carpool, like they're carpooling and singing along, and then the car cuts. But it was weird. Overall, I liked it.
Sam, do you like the song?
This is my favorite B-side.
Okay, then you go next.
Baron's gonna hate on it.
I just know I already have very unpopular opinions on this whole album in general. But no, yeah, this was my favorite B-side. It's very much like Oompa Oompa, same feel.
Yeah.
It's not quite as like feel good, but no, I love the song. Joy sounds amazing, like she does in this whole album. I have to read my notes for a second. I wrote a big paragraph. uh, yeah. Okay. So as the song goes, the chorus changes every time.
Yeah.
And I think this is really cool. It's such a build, and I love a good build. So yeah, with like the very beginning, you have like the one member singing at a time.
Yeah.
And
Like,
with
it's
the
not
very
harmonized
first,
at all for the first
yeah,
one.
in the very first one, there's like a hit on every beat. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. The second time they do the chorus, it's the same thing, except the hits on the 2 and 4. So it has a more kind of open feel. And then when Yeri's part comes, they add more of an instrumentation to it. And then the next time they do the chorus, they're harmonizing and the full instrumentation's there. And it just it's a really cool feel to the song, which is why the ending sucks so much.
Yeah.
Because it's building and it just ends.
Cuts. Yep.
Yeah.
It
And
threw me
it's
off
really
so much.
unsatisfying.
Yes,
because
yeah,
I think
that's
this
the
song
problem.
I think the song is really good. Like, I think this is a really well written song.
Mhm.
The ending makes it feel like it's not good
Yeah.
because you just remember like what.
That's all you
Like,
remember is you were grooving out to this song and then it just cuts.
Yeah. And I really love in the bridge how they took it down to a lower range. Because for the most part, the song's kind of up in the same level. So having Irene singing kind of deep, I thought that was really cool. Added some dimension. They cut out the instrumentation a bit after building it up. And yeah, the ending sucks. That's it's the biggest complaint of the song.
So I definitely didn't like the ending. I had the same complaints you guys did, but also because of the fact that like it builds throughout the whole song. So it starts off like kind of good, and then like it changes, and then like Joy starts singing a lot. And normally for the rest of the album, I was really impressed with Joy's singing, but normally I'm kind of mixed on her vocals. I didn't like her vocals on this song. So like at the beginning when she sings like a whole verse to herself, and like the instrumental like changes behind her, that part really throws me off, and I don't like that part at all. And then like they have like the first chorus where it's not harmonized at all, and I don't really like that either. And then by the second half of the song, when all the choruses are harmonized again, I'm really there for that part. And then they kind of like
see, I feel like you won't have that effect with that chorus if you don't have them singing by themselves first.
Yeah,
that's what makes them singing together have that impact of it sounding so good. I think.
So the song's like almost good to me. Like it's not bad, but
it's almost there, but not quite.
I really don't like the first like, I don't know, between like 1/4 of the song and half the song, like that little block in the beginning. I just don't like that part, and it kind of throws it off. So overall, I don't like this much, unfortunately.
Okay, to move on, we have "Love Is the Way," and this song is a doo-wop. It has a sax, and I didn't expect this at all, but I love it so much. It's just like, I don't know, like I talk about like growing up in Detroit, and my parents listen to like Motown and stuff a lot. So like this type of music is like something I listen to a lot, and just that like stuff that comes out of like the 40s, 50s, 60s, and hearing Red Velvet do it, it was awesome. I like there's a part in there that cuts out almost all the instrumentals except the saxophone and then them singing. Like I like that, just like focus on the vocals and giving the sax like a solo basically. And I thought it was cool that this is a song where they get to like flex their Velvet style vocals without it really being a Velvet song, if that makes sense. Like
there's a lot of like ad-libs and stuff in the back
exactly. Like you don't get that in a Red song. Like you don't get that in Oompa Oompa, but usually you have to get a Velvet song for that. But this is a way to give us those vocals, those ad-libs, without it being a different style song. So I loved it.
Yeah, the song's pretty good. It's not my favorite, but
Sam's gonna hate
first
it.
Time there's that weird sample with like the male vocals, and it's like
that was the only thing that I was like a little weirded out by. Was the
that
male
part
vocals.
It's kind of weird, and like the lyrics themselves, just like your lips say no, but my heart says yes, and it's like it's kind of weird, right?
Is this the one? Because I can't. Is this the one that's like body on body, or is that Jumpin'?
That's Jumpin'.
That's Jumpin'. Yeah. Okay, I couldn't remember which one was it.
But their harmonies are really good. And like I think like more than half the song is them harmonizing, so like that part's all really good. They all sound amazing. Like Wendy wasn't as present like on this whole album as felt as on day one, but all the other members sound great, and when she is singing, she sounds great. So it's a good song.
This was the worst song on the album, I think, or I should say the weakest. It's not a bad song, but I don't know what this was. It's very Lionheart Part 2, but it's not as good as Lionheart. It's not a Red Velvet song to me. It didn't fit almost. I don't know. It's just, I mean, I love doo-wop a lot, and I was the most excited for this song going into it because I really loved the teaser. The teaser was Joy's part, and Joy sounded amazing when she did her part. And like, I love the whole Russian Roulette album. This is very Russian Roulette album.
Yeah. And
the song had nothing to it. It's just the same, like yeah, they can sing, that's cool, but I've heard this song 1,000 times. I feel like that nothing about this really was stand out to me. It's just so empty. Like, there's just little like hits of like percussion and brass, and it's just them singing. I don't know. I wanted a lot more from this.
Yeah, I like empty songs, so maybe that's why I liked it so much more.
Just didn't want it on this album, I think. My issue with
and
it.
Like, I kind of agree with all that. It's just that I like the other songs less.
How do you like the other songs less?
Like, this is why, like, yeah, we'll get
Is this
there,
your favorite?
No, it's not my favorite. It's like above average on the album.
That's so weird.
Second
I feel like this
third.
one's everyone's least favorite because it's
this
just
is definitely
it's
not
just
my
okay.
Well,
It's so
nice.
safe. Like, I don't know. Like, if
Yeah.
SNSD did, I'm sure I'd like it more, but
Yeah, I think it's middle of the road for me. It's one of the I can see where, yeah, like, it's, I don't think it's the worst, but, well, I don't know, like, it's hard to say what the worst is because to me, like, nothing's the worst. Everything's amazing.
So you say weakest.
Yeah, weakest. I think it might be the second or third weakest, but I think so. Yeah, we'll get to next is Jumpin'. Jumpin's my least favorite. I think I have the least to say about it, but I think it's a good song. I like the bassy synth part is like awesome. I really like that part. I think they, like I said, they have fantastic group vocals. I think the jumping part is really catchy. I think it's a fun song to groove to, but it had like the least going for it in my opinion. Like you said, like, it was, I don't think Love Is the Way is the safest because it's so like out there with like doo-wop and like saxophone and like,
it is a doo-wop song.
Yeah, but we don't get that in K-pop. Like, it's not.
But they're not making it anything. They're just doing a doo-wop song. They're not making it a Red Velvet song.
I think that's fine just because we don't get doo-wop in K-pop. Where this Jumpin' is a song type that we get in K-pop all the time, and there's nothing.
This is a Red Velvet song.
Is it? It's a
This
K-pop
is a day
song.
one Red. This song should have been on the last album because this is a day one.
I do think it fits
song.
with Day One way better. Maybe
this should
that's
not
why
have been
I
on
didn't
the album.
That's why I didn't like it as much. But I mean, I like it. Don't get me wrong. I'm me. I like everything. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm very, very what's the word? Objective. I don't know.
Non-discriminatory.
I don't know. I can't think. There was a specific word I was thinking of, and it's just gone. But
I don't know. I kind of agree. Like, the song's, it's good. I don't like the chorus though. I like the verses, but the chorus just kind of wasn't working for me. I will say, like, Joy and Irene both sound really good in this song, and normally they're the two weakest vocalists, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I was very happy. I know you're gonna say Yeri, but like, I thought they did a good job, but like, I didn't really like the song that much either. It's fine.
I think the other part for me,
it doesn't make me want to listen to it again, like, at all.
Yeah, I think the other part for me is the amount of English in it and how weirdly sexual it is. Like, why? It's like the song doesn't. It's not like a club like grinding up on you song, but the lyrics we're grinding up on each other. Like, they're talking about bodies on bodies and stuff. It's weird. It just doesn't fit the song. That threw me off.
Oh, you're right there. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, like the whole second and like half of the song is English, and they're just repeating the same lines about like jumping and grinding on each other, grinding on people. So it's like, it just didn't fit the song.
Yeah, I mean, my biggest complaint with this song is I think it should have been on day one and not this album.
I do
it
agree
had
with that.
had no place on this album. It was so random, but I have no issues really with it. Like it's a Red Velvet song. It's got like the crunchy chords and the harmonizations. The chorus is kind of weird. It's very spaced out. Like there's some kind of like cool synthy stuff happening, but yeah. And yeah, I feel like there's just a trend in this album of a spaced out chorus. I'm not sure how I feel about it, where like the chorus kind of lets me down on a lot of these songs. Yeah, and I don't know, I felt like they tried to build at the end, but it just sounded like a lot of noise was happening.
Yeah.
And I say like this definitely isn't my favorite, but it's not my least favorite. I think it was at least interesting. But yeah.
We're flipped opinions between Jump In and Love Is the Way, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I don't hate any of these songs. Next we have Ladies Night, which is the best song on the album, in my opinion. Like, and Baron hates it. But yeah, I just love like brass guitar. Anytime we get that, it's almost city pop, which people were talking about in Discord. It's not quite city pop, but it's got bits and pieces there. I'm sure Andrew still loves it. I
wasn't really hearing that at all. Like people said that, and I listened to it, and I'm like, I'm not picking.
It's just retro.
It's retro, yeah, exactly. That's it. Like it's
There's
retro.
some elements maybe, but it's not city pop.
Yeah, it's not. It's just retro. That's a good.
It's got like a disco-y kind of late night feel, but
yep. There's a fucking flute in the instrumentals at some point.
Yeah.
I was like,
this pops up like a whole bunch of places.
I know. I was like, this is amazing. Like they put a flute in this song. Like I just anytime you get crazy, like actual instruments, like instrumentals, like brass and like stuff, it always hooks me. And I think their singing like is always like it's some of their best instrumentals, and then their singing is great on top of it. So yeah, this is definitely my favorite song.
Like a lot of people, it seemed like on Discord were loving the song.
Yeah, a lot of people love it.
It was it wasn't really working for me. It is not working for me. I like the brass and I like the vocals, but like I've listened to it now at least like 10 or 15 times, and like I don't want to listen to it. It doesn't make me want to like repeat it. So like I just it's meh. It's whatever.
I mean, like, yeah, I don't think this is a bad song by any means. Like, their voices sound great. Yeah. Once again, Joy sounds great.
She does sound fantastic on the song, too.
Yeah, and, like, yeah, instrumental's great. I think this is the Andreas Oberg song. You know, he did a great job. But the song is, like, I have the same kind of complaint where it's not a Red Velvet song to me. There's nothing entirely very interesting about it. Like, I don't know. There's no build or anything to it. It's very just level the whole way. And I don't know, like I said, it's not a bad song. I just don't have any hype for it. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's a nice song. It's not bad, but I don't go out of my way. I won't ever go out of my way to listen to this song. So I've heard this song so many times before. It seems it's nothing new and exciting. And with that said, it's not something that I love like already to begin with. So like with like Oompa Oompa, like that's a song I probably heard before too. Like I list off other songs just like it. But I love those kinds of songs, so I love that song. Whereas this song, it's like I've heard this kind of song before, but it's not a genre or like a type of song that I really love. So I was like, okay, it's another one of these.
It's good, but it's not. Yeah,
that's how I feel too.
Yeah, it's good, but it's not your thing.
Yeah, I'm also not a huge Velvet fan in general with Red Velvet. I love the Red songs way more, which apparently is unpopular.
Speaking of Velvet songs, we have Eyes Locked and Hands Locked as the final song, and this is straight Velvet. I think like outside of the chorus, this song is like 80% vocals. Even the opening, even more so. It's like almost entirely vocals. I do like the small instrumental parts they add in throughout. There's like a really small string part that gets repeated every once in a while. I really like that string line. But yeah, it's a Velvet song. If you don't know what a Red Velvet song, go listen to One of These Nights. And like this is another one. We don't get them as often anymore, just like straight full on Velvet songs. So it's nice to see. I did like the repetitive ending too. Just kind of I thought it was a good way to end the song.
So as I'm sure Sam is going to mention too, the song is written by Sumin, who we really like.
Yeah, okay, yep.
And
love her. It's so funny because you said the repetitive thing. That's a Sumin thing.
yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
So like before I listened to the album, I asked in Discord like which song is the Sumin song, and Sam's like, you'll know when you hear it.
Yeah.
And like for sure, like this is like textbook. It could be easily off one of her albums, and it's by far my favorite B-side on this album. It's much better than the other ones, and it's one of my favorite Red Velvet B-sides. And normally like I don't like their velvety stuff as much, but because it has more like like electronic type influence to it, I just definitely vibe into the song. I'll say Joy, like I think her vocals like work very well in this type of song because I thought she did like an amazing job on this. And I mean they all sound great and the harmonies are great a lot, but Joy especially stood out. And this is one of my favorite songs across both day 1 and day 2. This is probably my favorite B-side besides Bing Bang.
Yeah, this song's really great. I mean, props to Red Velvet, but also mad props to Sumin. I'm gonna go on a little Sumin rant.
I knew you would.
Sumin's one of the artists I've discovered this year. Getting together the quarter ratings that we do in the Discord, it makes me listen to like every single thing that gets released. And I came across Sumin's album, and it's my favorite album of the year. Like I love it so much. And if you love this song, you should 100% check out her stuff because this isn't quite as electronic maybe as some of her other stuff, but like this is her. Like there are so many parts in the song. Like there's a part Yeri does where it's like the da 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 like that's Sumin. Like I don't know how to explain it, but Sumin does repetitive things a lot. Or at the end, like Wendy's holding a note and all the girls kind of harmonize together and do like na 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 na. Like it's like straight up out of some of her songs on her recent album. So I highly recommend checking out her album. It's like Ooh Da Da. And then the other one's
this year.
The other one's Your Home. That's the other one that's also really good.
Yeah, I think that's from last year. That one's amazing too. They're both like fantastic albums.
They're so good. And she performed at Sketchbook as along Red Velvet. So they were both there. I'm like, they should have performed this song together.
Yeah. I'm really disappointed they didn't.
Yeah. And I think she's worked on some other songs too. Like she helped with Look by Red Velvet.
Yeah.
She helped with Lie, BTS's song. So she's like kind of around. I want more of her. I really love her. She's been my favorite find. Anyway, yeah, the song. I love the song. One of my favorite B-sides. I guess it's like a lot of the parts I love about it is like it's a Sumin song. So it's just all these interesting things going on in the background. And yeah, it's the girls sound amazing. Song's great. The power in their voices on like the last chorus is so good. Like it's such an interesting way to build a song. Like the song is just so cool because it's not, your typical like song where it's like cookie cutter of the verses, It's like it feels like you're just kind of floating around and then you find your way back when it hits the chorus. And then you're kind of doing some more stuff. And I don't know, I really love this song.
Yeah.
I love Sumin.
Yeah, I think it was a good way to end the album.
For sure.
Okay, before we get to scores, let me read Andrew's notes. He just gave us some like shortened notes on the whole thing. He said for Oompa Oompa, definitely return to form. Also said return to form after having a shaky run of singles with, he said including RBB. So yeah, he didn't really like RBB that much either. And Zimzalabim. The use of guitar and process background harmonies are signature elements of Andres Oberg and Co.'s production style. Surprisingly not as dumb or cringy as a song called Oompa Oompa would have you to believe. If anything, it's catchy. He says favorite album tracks. He said Love Is the Way, Red Velvet taking a page out of the Barbarette's playbook and doing a retro doo-wop style song is just as amazing as it sounds on paper. Jumpin'. He said the chorus would be At Home on the Red album versus play off similar vocal melody production style as Cookie Jar. And he said for Ladies Night.
That's kind of weird. I don't know about that.
I don't know. I'm just reading what he said. I'm not commenting. And then for Ladies Night, he said Andres Oberg and Mono Tree and city pop disco influences equals one of the greatest Revolve album tracks ever made. No surprise, Andrew loved that song. Okay, so the scores. Me, I gave 7 out of 7 for music and 2.5 out of 3 for concept. So I gave 9.5. Really the only thing I dropped for concept was, like I said, just like the choreo is good, but it didn't have some like that one thing that like really hooked me and made it memorable. if that made sense, that like a lot of their red songs have. So I just dropped it a little bit there, or you could say I dropped it because apparently they stole those dresses, and we don't.
But the dresses are awesome.
The dresses are awesome. I love that styling. So no, I definitely didn't drop points for those dresses. So you had 9.5.
But like, I hate like gingham dresses. I hate that fabric so much, but it looks so good on those dresses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it normally looks like kind of cheap, but it looks pretty good for these.
Yeah. So yeah, 9.5.
So for music, I gave it a 5 out of 7. Like, it's a good album. I like a lot of the songs. I'm gonna replay Oompa Oompa and Eyes Locked, Hands Locked a lot, but the other songs I don't really want to listen to, so 5 out of 7 is fine. For styling, I really like this type of styling, so 3 out of 3 for that. I like the dance, I like the music video, so 8 out of 10 total.
Yeah. So yeah, overall, I definitely liked day 1 more than day 2. I know that's an unpopular opinion.
I agree with that as well, despite Zimzalabim.
So many people in the Discord like this one more because the more Velvet tracks. And my prediction is because it went red to like Velvet, is the next album will be a Velvet album.
Like
given like
Velvet,
given like the time of year as well, it's like fitting. And yeah, there's been this transition towards it. So it's and I really only think it because it is like a trilogy thing that it would make sense to
full
move
on
in.
red mixture leading.
Yeah, exactly. It's like day 1 was weird. Velvet. This one like kind of more subdued and ending with a Velvet track
stuff.
Yeah, but I could be very wrong. But we'll see what happens with day 3. This is like the opposite of day 1, where it's like day 1 I really love the B-sides, title track's okay. This one, like, I really love the title track, B-sides are okay. So for music, I gave it a 5.5 out of 7. And then for concept, I only took off half a point because of Wendy's blonde extensions. So it gets a 2.5 out of 3.
But it's a throwback to debut.
No, it's a throwback to red summer, red flavor. Her hair with that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Which is not a Wendy I want to remember, unfortunately. So 8 out of 10.
Okay. Andrew gave 2.5 out of 3.5 for single, 3 out of 3.5 for the album songs. So 5.5 out of 7 for music, and then 2.5 out of 3 for concept, so an 8. So you guys all gave it an 8. I gave it 9.5. And then Cooper gave it a 6.5 out of 7 for music, a 2.5 out of 3 for concept for a 9. So Sam, you want to do the math?
I usually actually do it. I didn't add it up.
9.5, 8.
Wouldn't it just be like an 8.5? Ended up kind of being sort of
something like that.
I don't know. I didn't actually do the math.
Okay, let me do it real quick.
Was it like 18 plus 20?
24 plus 9 and 9.5.
Yeah, I'm better.
So 18.5 and 24. Divided by 5. 8.5.
An 8 something.
Exactly 8.5.
Yeah, nice. I got it right in the first guess.
So yeah, that's a 8.5. Not quite a shiny, but probably higher than we gave day 1. I don't know what
was it.
I gave day 1. I gave day 1.
I remember how much I penalized day 1 for Zimzalabim. So I think I gave it this higher, but I don't know. Maybe I gave it a 10 despite Zimzalabim. Who knows?
I think I gave day 1 8.5.
You gave it 8.5?
Yeah.
I probably gave it a 9. I don't know. Whatever. They're around the same. Not quite as shiny though. So yeah, what did you think of Red Velvet's ReVe Festival Day 2? We'll come back when we get a third one, hopefully. Maybe we'll go all the way to a 6th day, and then day 6 can do all the backing track of the whole album. Because that would be cool. That would be a cool collaboration. I don't think that's going to happen, but maybe. So yeah, what do you think of the album? And put it in the comments and let us know on Twitter. And we'll go on to topic 4, which is the last topic of the day. We are reviewing the BOYZ and their new album DREAMLIKE. So Sam's recently become a huge fan of the BOYZ. Cooper and I have liked them a lot since debut. So I thought it would be appropriate to review this week. Plus, the only other thing we had to review is Everglow, and that's only a single album, so like we tried to avoid review. Get out of here.
Yeah, I don't think you want me and Baron reviewing.
I guess having you guys, Cooper, it would be me and Cooper. We're gonna do the EverCast, because Adios is great and Hush is amazing. The other song's just okay, but whatever.
The other song was the only interesting one.
What?
The other song is really bad.
No,
but they couldn't sing it.
Their third, for some reason, their third song on each of their singles is just like, why? The other two are great both times though, but whatever. This is not a review of Everglow. This is a review
that
of the
was
Boys.
the review of Everglow.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll start off with Water, which is not the single. I'm not a fan of the opening with the super distorted vocals.
I love that part. So
really?
good.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't like
It's so
it.
good.
I don't like it.
It fits with the water theme.
It fits the
Yeah.
theme. I get it. It after
So good. Okay.
Okay, so let me get this straight. It does fit the theme of the song, and I hated it less after it stopped and became like led into the song, because it wasn't. Here, let me
Like,
finish my thought.
I hated it less when it stopped.
Let me finish my thought. It makes sense. I just hearing that at the beginning, I did not like it. Once I heard more of the song, I was like, okay, this makes more sense. It's not as egregious. But right off the bat, I was just like, no, this sounds wrong. This sounds weird. I don't like it. But yeah, I think it leads into some great vocals. I like the nice like summery reggae style beat. I thought there was a good slowdown before the chorus and like a nice guitar focus to build up to the chorus. And then during the chorus, I really like the brass part that matches the like water vocals. That really stood out to me. And I thought the first rap in particular was fantastic, but a bit too short.
It's so good though.
The second rap was not as good as the first one, but yeah, the first one was really, really good and stood out to me. But yeah, overall, I like the song.
Yeah. So I really like the song, and I really like when albums start off not with the title track, especially when like the first song is really good like this.
Yeah.
So it's a great start to an album. Like I love that little intro. I love like the little the water dropping sound effects.
Yeah, the water dropping sound effects was really good.
But they're not overused. So like they use the amount. The vocals I really enjoy like the smooth like vocals the whole way. The rap parts I like because a lot of times rap parts like throw off like the flow of the song, but here like they like flow it with the song, stick with the water metaphor, like very well. Yeah, the first rap verse is better than the bridge, but I like both anyways. And the instrumental is great. I mean, vocals are great. I love the song a lot. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I agree. This is a phenomenal way to start this album. I think it's so good. This was my favorite song on the album. Spoiler right there. Yeah, I really love like the water sound effects. I just love the feel of the song. You really do feel like you're floating on water. Sorry, I'm gotta. So the bridge thing that's like, or that rap that's like after the second chorus, I guess it's the bridge. I'm not really sure what that was.
Yeah, I wasn't really
that
sure
is
either, but...
so Pentagon. Like this song, it could easily be a Pentagon song to me. Like the way they do the rap that's the Pentagon style. So I think that's also why I like this song a lot. I can hear Pentagon singing this song like easily. Like I can say like which members I think would do what parts. It's very much their style. So, yeah.
Next we have d.d.d, which is the title track single. I like how it starts out very like Shiny-esque with their vocal style, and then like the slower synthy part, like instrumentals. I could definitely see like Shiny doing something like that. And I do like there's some like really cool synth builds, and like it cuts and builds in like really short, fast sections. I thought that was really cool. And it leads into just like a fun, catchy chorus. The d.d.d part like is really easy to get stuck in your head. It's classic like BOYZ style chorus. I think it's just like fun, high energy. Once again, I think the rap part stood out to me in the song too. I really their rap line's really good.
Sunwoo's really good. I love Sunwoo.
Yeah,
so much.
The bridge uses a really similar synth sound and melody as another K-pop song, and I could not think of what that song was. I don't know if someone can tell me in the comments, because like hearing that bridge, I was just like, there is another song that sounds exactly like this, and I could not figure it out.
Interesting.
So yeah, if someone can
I'll
let me know.
listen.
It's just that like it's the same exact type of synth, and the melody is very similar too. I was just like, I don't know what it was though. As for the music video, it's weird. There's a crossover with Pink Fantasy because of the bunny.
A weird
also
rabbit, creepy rabbit.
Yeah, the problem with the music video is there's an extra minute of like instrumental interludes throughout, and it makes the song feel really long, like too long.
It's like
luckily,
a 5-minute music video. So
it's like it's 4.5 minutes, and the main song, the actual song, is 3.5 minutes. So they added it's just like the second half of the music video. There's just like random bits of instrumental interludes that aren't there in the actual song. So luckily, it didn't ruin the song on the album, in my opinion, but it did. It felt unnecessary in the music video, and it made it seem too long. I love the choreo though. It's really fun. It's really high energy. I think it fits the song perfectly. So yeah, overall, I really like the song. Only main issue was just with the music video.
So this is like my favorite the BOYZ song by far. And I know you got So anyway,
let's just say, look at the same expression.
The first time I heard it, I wasn't quite sure on it. I knew I really liked the chorus, and the chorus was super hype. I couldn't tell what I didn't like about it. So after re-listening to it many times now, I think it's because like in the pre-chorus, they like split the pre-chorus into like two halves, and the first half is like a weird like the instrumental is like almost like kind of going on. Yeah, I don't like that part at all. That part. Yeah. The second half of the pre-chorus that builds into the chorus itself is fantastic, and the chorus itself is like one of my favorite choruses of the year. It's like a top 5 chorus. So that part's amazing. It's really only like that first half of the chorus I don't like, but I really don't like that part. But the other half is so good it offsets it for me. So this is still an amazing song. About the music video itself, I have all the same complaints. I don't like the video. I hate when they add extra stuff to cushion it and do other stuff. The dance is amazing. I'm really looking forward to when they put the dance practice video out because older dances are fantastic.
Yep.
But I was pleasantly surprised with how much I like the song, and the chorus is just a banger. Absolute amazing.
Okay, so I'm gonna go against everything you just said.
She loves the dubstep part and hates everything else.
Oh yeah, the first part of the pre-chorus is amazing. It's like the best part of the song. Jacob's part is my favorite part of the song. Like just the choreography with it, I think it's such a cool break of the song. I hate the second part of the pre-chorus because as they're building, I think it's Hwall's part in the original. So Hwall's not actually promoting, but he's on the out. He sings. He's in the music video. I think live stages they've been having Sungwoo and Eric do it, but I hate that rap part that's in it. They're just talking like as
I think
like
it works.
singing.
I think it works pretty well still.
It sounds awful. It's just noise. Like it just sounds like they're shouting like they want to be heard, but you can't hear them because they're trying to talk over like a loud noise, and it's I hate it. As for the chorus, my biggest issue with the chorus is the dance part, and I figured out how I could fix it. They go down at the last dance. If they just kept it the same note, it's a great chorus. How it is right now, it's not good. I don't like the dance. Like I don't like that.
Really?
If it just if it kept it steady, it would move it forward. Going down like cuts it off to me, and they did this a few times in the song where they do like this like kind of thing with their voices, and I hate it. It's just so stupid sounding. Like I don't know why they do it. Like they sing great, but they do this like like I don't know. I don't like it. I really don't like it. I
will say the chorus is like kind of like there's like a lot going on like instrumentally, so like it kind of maybe a little bit crowded, but I'm here for it.
I'm fine with the chorus except for the dance. I don't like it. I don't like that.
I like it.
I usually love Sunwoo's raps. I didn't care. I think this is his weakest rap he's had in any of his songs. I mean, am I growing me? His rap in Bloom Pow, whatever, grew on me a lot. Yeah. I really love Sunwoo. I think he's one of my favorite idol rappers, and like overall, I just really love him. Like he's a great personality. He's a great rapper. Eric's good too, but Songwoo is the main rapper for a reason. Choreography wise, I think it's great. Has a lot of the same overall in general. There's a lot of similar elements as No Air, and No Air is my favorite. The boys, it's second favorite. The boys title track, I guess. So like choreography wise, they do some of the same moves. Some of the same moves also in Bloom Bloom. They do the extended bridge like they did in Nowhere, where there's like a first bridge and then a second bridge. It like keeps going, which I think is really cool. Like it actually like it adds to it. I don't know. It's really cool. They have a dance break. There's a lot of Jooyeon center in this comeback, which I think that's really cool. He gets overshadowed a lot, I think, by Q because he's the second main dancer. One thing that's really cool about the boys is their like thing is they don't have a center. They have 12 centers, and I think they do that very well. Where all the members could take center, and everything works. There isn't really like a weak member. Like there's really only one member who's weak dance wise, but he's a really good vocalist, so it's made up in other ways.
Yeah.
Music video, my biggest complaint to the music video is the dance set when they're like not in New York. So I thought it was really cool they filmed in New York while they were here for KCON. It's genius. They filmed a music video, they filmed a reality show. They did so much while they were here. But yeah, that dance set where it's white, they have the blue outfits and the pink. The aesthetic of it doesn't fit the music video at all.
Yeah.
I didn't like it, especially when they cut to it and they did like the pelvic thrust move. It was like
it's like zoomed in right. Yeah,
it's so like unnecessary.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the bunny is
creepy.
It's weird. It's been talked about. Yeah, it's nice seeing Hwall in the music video because he was here in New York for KCON, but yeah, he's just not promoting with them right now because he has like a ankle thing. I think he's been gone a lot of promotions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, overall, like, it's decent. It's good. Like, I like it. It's just, I have a lot of complaint. I mean, it's me with the boys a lot. Like, a lot of their stuff isn't perfect to me. It's a lot of stuff that I would just change it, and I think it'd be amazing. But they let me down a lot with some of their choices musically. But, yeah.
Next we have Complete Me. I thought it had an awesome like funky beat with some like nice chiptune synths mixed in. I really like the use of, there's a lot of like echoey effects and like vocal layering. They made like the vocals fill up the song really well. So that stood out to me. Overall, I don't have too much more to say about the song other than it's just like fun, like groovy song. But yeah, really the vocal like effects were the only thing that stood out to me.
Yeah, like I thought the vocals were good. I never really associated the boys with like good vocals, but like I'm a fan of their vocals a lot.
They've got like 4 like main vocals. Like I said, they are a stacked group of for having 12 members. They don't have a member that's like just there to fill.
Like, all their dances are great. Their vocals are great. All of the raps I like much more than the average boy group. So all that's good. It's a good song. I think there's a little bit too much English use in the song, and like their pronunciation could use some work maybe. So like that part's a little bit distracting. But
it's
overall,
so funny because they have 3
song.
fluent English.
They have a lot of English speakers.
Yeah, I don't have many notes on this. It's kind of groovy. The chorus was a bit of a letdown. I felt that was really my only note of the song. I think it's a fine song, but I wanted something different from the chorus.
Something more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next we have Summertime. I really like the staccato synth notes throughout the verses. Those stood out to me. It leads into like future-based chorus. I thought it was interesting. I know Andrew didn't like it for this reason, but the vocals are really like soft and ballady. So it gives like a bit of a contrast with the more electronic, like intense instrumentals. But the one thing that stood out to me that I think it could have been worked on more was there seems to be a balance issue because of this. There were parts to me that seemed like the instrumental volume needed to be brought down because it was overpowering the vocals. It's just the instrumentals are so much more intense than the vocals, and the just the production wise, like the levels could have been a little more balanced in my opinion. But overall, I thought it was cool. I thought the contrast was cool, but I just wish it was mixed a little better.
Yeah, there's definitely like a lot of the BOYZ B-sides that are just kind of misses for me. Like it's just like, oh, that didn't work. And this is kind of like that. Like the chorus, just I don't like the chorus. I don't like the instrumental. It's too like weird for me. So this is just kind of like a miss. Like I still like the vocals for the most part. At the end, like when they're all singing like in a super high register, I don't understand why they were doing that. That part was kind of weird, but it's fine. Like I just don't like it that much.
Yeah, it's kind of funny you're saying that, because my note that I had is, this is a classic the BOYZ B-side where it should be amazing, but it just doesn't stick the landing.
Yeah, something's wrong.
They do this. This happens every album where I'm like, oh man, like this could be a great song, and then like the chorus happens, and I'm just kind of like, why did they do that? Like this had so much potential, and they just do something in the chorus, and I'm just like, yeah. It happens a lot in the first album, which is so disappointing, because I think their first album can be really good, but yeah, their chorus choices, I don't know what they're thinking. It's not pleasant to listen to. The chorus on this, I don't hate, I mean, this is like the most memorable song on the album to me, except for the first two, but I don't know if I'm remembering necessarily because it's great,
it's a good thing,
yeah, there's something weird about the vocals. It's like the instrumentation is like in a different key than what they're singing in the chorus or something. It doesn't mesh well. It does.
It sounds like dissonant. Like I just didn't like it.
Yeah. I think they should have just done something different vocal wise, or different instrumentation. Something needed to be fixed. This song it's almost there, and they didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like we're all pretty much in agreement there. Next we have Going High, which is a weird name for a song. But I thought it had an awesome piano line mixed with like a great synthy bass part. I like how the instrumentals have like a bit of a hip hop feel to them, like classic hip hop feel to them. And I really, really like how airy the vocals are, because it fits well with the song and it contrasts the rap parts really well. I'm also a huge fan of like airy vocals. You can tell that because I love like So You, and like any artist that sings like super airy tones I love. And then I like the guitar line that comes in after the first chorus. I thought it was great, but I wish we got more of it, because it doesn't stay for very long.
Yeah, I don't have that many thoughts on this either. It's a good song. The instrumental is really fun. The vocals are good. The raps are good. It's good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I don't have too much to say too. Yeah, this song was very much like a trend song, or it has a lot of the trends from this year in it. So it's very much a this year song. The vocals sound way better here than I think they did in the last song. And it's a nice kind of hard hitting, chill song. Like, it's kind of the feel of the album, really.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yep. And then last we have Daydream. I liked how the intro, there's the like super empty instrumentals. Like there's a beat, but it's almost imperceptible. Like it's really, really quiet. And then there's just like the super like sparse twinkly synths. I don't really know how to describe them other than that. But I think it sets the vibe of the song to focus on the vocals. And I love that it just builds the instrumentals slowly through the chorus, and then afterwards drops them out again. And it's not quite a ballad. It's a sentimental like vocal focus song, if that makes sense. The beat's like a little too intense, like when after it builds for me to really describe it as a ballad. But yeah, I guess the sentimental boy group song is a good way to describe it, I guess. And I do like the chorus going back and forth between the singing and the chanting parts. I did like that part.
Yeah, this is probably my second favorite B-side on the album. I just thought it worked really well, and how everything like flowed together. And I love like the like part in the background, and like all the different chanting and that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
it's really enjoyable, and it's just like a fun song to like sing along with and stuff. Very good.
Yeah, I also like the part. And yeah, it's another chill song. Fits the feel of the album. You know, good way to end the album. I don't really have much to say. Yeah.
So yeah, that's it for the boys. Let me get Andrew's thoughts real quick. Andrew said for d.d.d, I've actually been to the vinyl store at the beginning of the music video. It's near this cafe where I used to play Magic the Gathering. Fun trivia fact. He said, I think I like this. Magic. He did for a little bit, just so, like, after we started this show and I was talking about it all the time, he like tried to get back into it a little bit, but then his store closed. He said, I think I like this song better than Bloom Bloom. It has a similar fun upbeat vibe, but d.d.d is better arranged. Still think some of the verses are weak compared to how catchy the chorus has been for me. Maybe they could have utilized the Oh Shall We Dance build up before the bridge throughout the rest of the song to spice it up a bit. He said Sunwoo is a rare triplet rap verse that I actually enjoy. Cadence was unique and ends up being a highlight of the song for me. And they said for favorite album tracks, he said Water throughout the super processed water samples, thought the super processed water samples at the beginning would get tiresome, but they didn't overuse it. If anything, the water lyrics are my favorite part of the chorus, as well as the water droplet sound effects throughout. And then for Going High, he said song has potential to be a single, surprisingly fresh out in terms of the instrumental. Reminds me of something GOT7 would put out, being hip-hop influenced. And then he said, huge problemo, Summertime. The disparity between how hard this future-based instrumental comes off as and how utterly weak and flat-sounding the vocal melody that they wrote for the chorus basically killed any enjoyment I had of the song. So he basically agrees with us. There's just way too much different between the instrumentals and the vocals. And he thinks that the vocals were flat, which was why they were coming off as dissonant. So yeah, that's it for our thoughts. As for our scores, I give it a 6 out of 7 for music. Just a couple nitpicks here and there. Like we said, Summertime had some cool things going for it, but I didn't take too much off of it. Like Sam said, it's almost there, so I didn't want to like kill it and just like knock off a ton of points just for that one song, but everything else I pretty much didn't have any issues with, just like smaller nitpicks here and there. And they gave it 2 out of 3 for concept, and basically that whole point was dropped because of the music video. I think the choreography and the styling and everything was fine, but that music video was just needed to be edited better, so I give it an 8 out of 10.
So I actually like this mini more than Red Velvet, which surprised me a lot because I didn't really expect that at all. So I gave it a 5 out of 5 for music, gave Red Velvet a 5. But for styling, I didn't like the music video at all. It was really weird. I liked the dance, though, and that kind of stuff, so I gave it a 2 out of 3. So it ends up at 7.5, which is lower than Red Velvet, but I liked it more.
Makes total sense.
Well, it's because I don't...
you like the album more, but the styling, yeah.
Like, for me, it's only
if you music, didn't rate the styling at all, you would have rated it higher.
Yeah. I mean, this is a classic The BOYZ album to me. There's no standouts. This is the first time I feel like there really wasn't like... I guess there still was that one song where I'm like, yeah, it's not good. Usually all their albums kind of have like that 1 or 2 songs where I'm like, ugh, that's not great. It's not their best album. I like The Only way more, because that's album to me is all good. There's no bad songs, and it has a standout B-side. Whereas this, I guess Water is maybe a standout B-side, but it's more of just an intro to me than a standout B-side. So I don't know if I'd go out of my way to just listen to it. If I'm going to listen to it, I want to go through the album, because that's just the feel it gets me, which makes it a good first song on the album. Music, I gave it a 5 out of 7. Concept, I gave it a 1.5 out of 3. So that is a 6.5 out of 10. I feel like I should defend myself because we opened this as I'm the BOYZ fan. I'm not really a fan for their music necessarily.
For their necks.
I really love Q, and I really love the members, and I do love some of their songs a lot, but they're not a group that I really like listen to. Like I listen to the songs that I really like, but I do have this general battle with their music of it's so close to being really good and they just miss it. Like, yeah.
Okay, Baron, you gave it a 7, right? Total.
7.5.
My math's all screwed up. 6.5 for Sam, 7.5 Baron. Cooper gave 6 out of 7 for music and 2.5 out of 3 for concept, so he gave an 8.5. And Andrew gave it the single a 2.5 out of 3.5, the album a 2 out of 3.5, and the concept a 2 out of 3, so 6.5.
Sounds like 7.5.
Something like that. I'm doing the math real quick.
Isn't it 2 8.5s and 2 7.5s and a 7.5? 6.5?
7.4, so yeah, 7.5. So
that's
it.
Appropriate, I think.
That's appropriate. Yeah, 7.5 sounds good.
Yeah.
Worse than Red Velvet as a group.
Better.
Baron disagrees, but
I can at least remember the Red Velvet song.
He also helped make it worse than Red Velvet by rating it lower than Red Velvet. So, yeah. What are your thoughts on the BOYZ album? Let us know in the comments. Tweet at us. Do whatever you have to. And yeah, that's it for DaebakCast episode 135. LOONACast episode 5-ish at the beginning. So if you enjoyed the episode, like us on YouTube, subscribe, click the bell, follow us on Twitter, review us on iTunes, follow us on Spotify, I think. And then, of course, join Discord and hang out with us. Discord's a cool place. We just got a server there, and it's a nice community to hang out and talk about K-pop and other things. It's a nice small community there, so you don't really get lost in the discourse of a billion people shouting. It's not a giant community. So yeah, that's it. Thank you and good night.
Stream Taylor Swift.
No.
Robbingly stream Taylor Swift. Shy Guy says goodbye.
Yeah.
It's kind of going to be a history lesson, but I feel it's like important to sort of get the full context as to why K-pop or Chinese K-pop idols are reacting sort of the way, or why everyone's reacting in this sort of way, or what the sort of crux of the current protests and incidents going on in Hong Kong right now are. So I thought it best to sort of do a bit of history.